Oh, I gotta make the poll. We're live, by the way, Marcus. I gotta make the poll.
What's the poll?
I don't know. I put a poll on YouTube when I start the live, so that way when people see the channel icon pop up, they'll be like, "Oh, he's live." Xavier, we're live, by the way. Before I add you in, before you do like some illegal activities, we're live.
All right, well, make us
Okay.
big. Make us big for the start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
People get
I don't. Hey, we've started. You troglodyte.
Well, I hate that. I hate that word. You and every fuckhead out there. Wait, on the live, are you able to cuss?
Yeah.
You and every bitch ass fuckhead out there.
I see. I see how it is.
Undefeated. Is that a movie?
Yeah. Someone should tell Breon Ainsley that undefeated is the exact opposite of what he is.
I feel like I
he's
used
defeated.
I still Breon a lot. I liked his he was like the more subtle Kai Green. You know what I mean? Not so out there.
No, Kai Green is literally a
didn't have like
retard. I
Kai
love
Green without
Breon.
demons.
Kai Green if he wasn't molested.
Bruh.
What?
Why you put Kai Green? I'm the one. I like what Kai Green has to say. I like his rambling that you say, quote unquote. I think
it's dumb.
I think he's a modern day philosopher in bodybuilding. I really do.
The pickings are slim. The pickings are indeed slim.
Honestly, yeah.
Did you guys did you guys peep what we're doing today?
Sort of.
Okay.
Ranking bodybuilders, right?
Hey, I'll introduce the topic.
Am I coming through clear?
Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Today we are going to rank current bodybuilders. Now there is no strict statute of limitations on what determines current. I went like last 2 years. If they've done something relevant in the last 2 years, win a show very close to it, or pretty much everyone from the Olympia from the past 2 years is here. And we're going to rank them. This isn't how we usually do. We usually do like peak physique to peak physique. I decided to do something a little more all-encompassing. So we're going to go off of legacy, which includes titles, except like if you're Derek and you've gotten them all given to you. But then peak physique is part of it. And then just a bodybuilder's consistency, the ability to show up on that day. How much we're ranking their stock, basically. That's what we're doing. We're ranking the bodybuilder's stock. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, I get you. The stock of a bodybuilder.
So
they
there's
have good stock or bad stock.
Are we saying they're ceiling or simply just like Regan Grimes has the highest stock out of all of them? If that's the case.
No. I mean, like on a bodybuilding stage, like
so they're ceiling,
ranking where they're at, sort of now.
Right, like in the zeitgeist of bodybuilding currently. Like, who are we talking about, and are they good?
I love that word, zeitgeist.
Yeah, you know what? I love you.
Yeah, I know.
Andrew Jack should be on this list. Is Andrew not on this list? I'm gonna hurt myself if he's not. Yeah, I don't think he is, but I forget. No, he's here. He's here.
Oh, there he is.
Who said that in chat? They're getting banned.
Couples Light.
Couples Light. No, he's a good guy. Well, maybe they're good guys. Maybe it's two guys. I don't think so.
So it's them.
Right, and someone said,
"Oh, juiced up."
Bro needs an F tier. Oh, I forgot. I haven't done this in so long. Bro needs an F tier for Derek. I decided to not include an F tier because I figured why even bother putting people on this list that are worthy of an F tier. I think the list is already crowded as is. I mean, some people are already. I know you guys are gonna see some of my picks and gonna be like, that guy doesn't even deserve to be on the list. But I think all these guys are at least worthy of the D. get what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want to give him an F, just give him a D. You know.
Right. That's how Xavier got by in school.
Yeah, that's how it passed.
Hey, yo, is my shit freezing?
A little. You're a little laggy.
Yeah,
I think you'll be fine.
it's fine. Yeah, you're good now. You're moving. Solid.
You're good. I have some videos for just about everyone on this list. Some video footage that we can look at. Let's not start with Regan, please, for the love of God.
We've got Chow up in here in the chat.
Oh yeah, Chow. You know what? I learned something.
And BT Dusty, my guy.
I'm not gonna actually say it. Okay, in Brazil, they throw toilet paper in the trash can. What the hell's up with that? What is that?
More like the ass can. You know what I'm saying?
You're such an idiot. You're such an idiot. Okay,
I
do want to say, Xavier and I are in a competition to gain subscribers and views for our 8-week transformation challenge. Make sure you subscribe to me, not to him. And if you are subscribed to him, go ahead and unsubscribe
Desktop
for this period of 8 weeks. No one's heard of that. No one's heard of that. I don't even think it exists. And also, if you guys want to support the channel even further, get access to me. Pause. We have an exclusive Discord if you become a channel member. It's Marcus, I used to say it was I used to say something like it was a penny a day, but I
totally wrong.
Right. I'm such an idiot.
You're so bad with math. I'm slowly noticing you are shit with numbers.
Yeah,
I'm good with numbers.
I said it's going to be a penny a day, but it's $3 a month. Yeah, shout out to the Discord. Become a channel member. Become a channel member. It's not just a penny a day. It's a little more than that, but it is just $2.99 a month. And we shoot the shit in there. I think we'll maybe have a movie night at some point. Marcus wanted to watch like The Wolf of Wall Street or something. And
you got to throw me into your gayness.
I love that movie. But
yeah,
with all that housekeeping out of the way, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more, and let's get into the tier list. Let's not start with Regan, please. No. Marcus, do you have a particular person you want to start with? We can start with anybody.
Akeem.
You're such a queer. You're such a queer. Okay, I do have footage for him added. I know I do. Okay, Akeem. The problem is some of these guys, we're catching them while they're hot, while they're young. Akeem, we're catching him on the downward slope, and not in a good way. Not his downward slope, although I heard it curved upwards. So Akeem has always been shoddy for. He's hit or miss, right? Nowadays, but even when he hits nowadays, I notice he gets like dramatically overlooked. Like dramatically.
Yeah.
Do you think he gets overlooked, or do you think so you think that he should be placing higher when he hits?
Not much higher though. That's the thing. Like he was placed. He was last at the Olympia, tied for 16. And
when was this contest? Was this post Olympia this year or last year?
This was post Olympia last year. December 2024. If I remember.
I mean, even look at it like this. He's probably one of the ones who jumped up the most. What was that at Olympia? To where he was in whatever place, and the next day they actually had him dang near, right outside the first call out. So he is somebody who I do think time and time again does get overlooked. I mean, there's been many times in his career where I think you can go back, look at it, and see that. And I think a telltale would be that Friday to Saturday night jump that he had recently. Was it like a year ago, right? A year or two?
At the Arnold.
Okay, Arnold. Yeah. At Arnold.
At the 20.
It happened at the Olympia too. But it was more noticeable at the Arnold.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Big time where he was like 9th and then he was 5th at finals or something. Like, and then
exactly
it happened with 3 placings different too. Yeah.
If that doesn't scream, I sometimes get overlooked. Nah, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what does. I mean, I don't know what else would be screaming that.
New member
has already been a member. maybe he stopped being a member and then he's rejoined now. Anyway,
is that a channel membership?
Are you retarded? I literally just got through this whole spiel about channel memberships and Discord. Did everybody hear me say that?
Xavier's just taking notes on all the shit that he's gonna add to his channel to eventually
literally,
fuck you up in your alternate
literally
rates.
everyone heard me say that. Hey, join the Discord. It's $2.99 a month. Marcus, remember I got the math wrong about the channel
But
membership.
I zone out when you say the intro stuff.
I just don't think you're smart enough to listen to me.
I
Anyway, we
I
got to
go
rank
into a
Akeem.
daze.
We got to rank Akeem. Where is he at on my list? Oh, I think he's like bottom of C tier.
Can we throw in
We're
there
going off this
that
list down
a lot of these gentlemen, and they just so happen to be dudes who are similar to Akeem. People been calling them off, writing them off, and yet they show back up. Bonac, Curry. So I know you're saying it's a slippery slope down that he's on in his trajectory,
Bro,
quote unquote.
Bonac is F tier.
All right, but yeah, Bonac just had such a successful year. A year and a half. He had a very successful
honestly,
year
and it was let's talk about Bonac actually. Let's talk about Bonac now. Because I think it fits right in with who we just talked about.
Hold on. But you just proved my point on overlooking Akeem.
I don't
We
care.
were not done talking about Akeem. Let's go over Akeem.
No.
We overlook Akeem.
They mesh.
Gotcha.
No, look, Bonac, he has a couple of good versions, but then like I really like this Detroit Pro version. I think the lighting may have something to do with that, of course. But like at the Olympia, he was just a fucking mess. With all due respect, he's one of my favorite bodybuilders ever. But like, I don't think he should have placed as high as he did, and I think he gets a lot of help from the veteran status, whether that be directly from the judges, subconscious sympathy from them. I don't know. I just think he gets. With that said, when you do run him through the 8 mandatory poses, and he always brings the good condition, it's kind of hard to deny him when he's looking so sultry.
The level of density too is wild on Bonac.
He's pretty dense.
He's beating the ass at most of these
dense
people
boy,
on this list, to put it very plain. So we're not going to over.
I agree with Akeem. I agree with Akeem in C tier, but like I don't think I'm going to have many in the D.
Oh, don't. Okay. Never say never. I think I'll put Bonac above Akeem. I think that can go B tier. Low B.
B for Bill.
B for Battle and Bill Bonac.
B for Billy.
All
right, where's
Billy.
Makes sense.
I hate you so much. You're so fucking loud, bro. I'm
gonna back up.
Yo, Muscle Insight HQ is in the chat. I keep inviting him on podcasts. Never wants to come on. Everyone, boo this man.
Muscle Insight.
Yeah, I agree with Muscle Insight. Bill looks a lot better in person. I just remember seeing him in Australia, and I was like mind blown how good he looked.
Muscle Insight already knows that he's welcome on this show anytime.
And Muscle Insight liked my my new logo too. Everyone go check it out. Desktop Bodybuilders.
That's great. I didn't
watch them.
Okay, Xavier, you can pick next.
Let's go Beirut.
Oh, good old.
I think this would be a very controversial one, to be real. I think we could all,
I don't think so. Give me a second. I had video of him somewhere.
So this is what I want to know. Hate me if you want. Explain the situation again as far as where and why we're putting them in which tier.
It's like it's a bodybuilder stock. Like, okay, you have to imagine compiling all the NBA teams, of the season. And here are the guys you have to take to make a fantasy league or whatever the fuck. I don't do normal sports. The guys at the top are the teams that are good. Now they could absolutely have a dog shit season, but guys that are more volatile like that will be lower because of that. Guys at the very top are guys that just don't miss. Teams that can, touch up in terms of bodybuilding.
Can I explain it in tier list for dummies? Like basically, it's like who you think would sort of like we're going to sort of put it in order of how if everyone was competing in 2026 on how they'd sort of place because it's like where they're at now, like in going.
Peak physique is part of that. Peak physique is part of that.
So they're previous.
Here with Beirut, if we were just doing peak physique alone, he is top of A tier. However, because he had his recent kerfuffle at the Olympia, now that kind of brings his stock down a little lower. I don't think it does a whole lot because it's just one bad showing out of so many times he's been consistent. But someone like Martin Fitzwater, so good at his peak, but he is kind of 50-50 at the end of the day. If he hits it, he's one of the most complete bodybuilders out there with the best conditioning. And if not, he's, we were talking about this the other day. When he doesn't hit it, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I'd say top of a B.
Oh. What would you say about Beirut, Marcus, now that you know the criteria, I guess?
Yeah, I guess. You're complicated. My zeitgeist. You fucking little complicated little twig. I think that Beirut is somebody who, as you say, yeah, he doesn't miss. I mean, he granted, we say that he just kind of missed a little bit, right? And we can call that a miss at the Olympia. People had him. I know exactly, and we can't write it. You see in this industry, a lot of people do that. It's very fickle. We're in the microwave era for whatever reason, so people write people off that one time. All of us aren't dummies here, so I mean, this guy truly doesn't miss when it's all said and done. I think high B. I would go A tier for him.
I would also consider A tier. Todd gives us a super chat for $2. Beirut should have placed higher at the Olympia. I would have re-ranked them a lot. I don't know. I think I would have. I don't know. I think at finals he really cleaned it up.
I think like his conditioning just wasn't on. Like it wasn't where it needed to be with the discrepancy of the legs. I think that Beirut needs to be peaked, and I think the judges are used to seeing Beirut in phenomenal condition, and he just wasn't at the Olympia.
I think he's an A-tier bodybuilder. And Marcus, that's the best way to explain it. Like a bodybuilder, someone that can show up and do what they do.
And Bonac, we kind of see with the caveat because he is towards
he's falling apart. The wheels are coming off.
This ceiling that I said to begin with is not as high right now as probably say like a Beirut in the sense of looking forward 26, 27.
Right. I was something wrong?
I said okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
there's a lot of things wrong, by the way. There's a lot.
I want to talk about one of my new favorite a phenomenon. I used to not like this guy. Now I really do. And I think you guys can guess who that is because I think we all have had this opinion shift. I want to talk next about good old, I guess he doesn't have a nickname, good
Vito.
Hunter Labrada.
Ooh, Hunter. The Hunter and Gabbera.
Yeah, here we go. I got to be honest. The only problem is that he does miss a lot. Consider, he doesn't miss more than well, this is the thing. When his career was in the beginning stages, he was missing more than he was hitting. Pause.
Agreed. He's a lot more consistent now.
Right. This is why I've grown to like him. And he's improved so much. You can count on him to improve at every show.
Bro, this lighting and backdrop, it just makes me want to I don't know. Like, take away that background and put it on black and it looks... But yeah, oh man, for some reason, everyone who was in this video, I just didn't like the look as much. But yeah, Hunter looked good. Like, his physique varies a lot. So he'll come out looking really good or not quite as good. And then by the end of him being on stage at prejudging or finals, he'll look different, So it's like,
right.
Sometimes you can go, oh, this guy's, top 5 in the Olympia. Then you go, oh, he looks more like 10th, So you can...
Got a little super chat here from Todd. Todd says S tier. What in the world?
Do the super chats have any influence on this?
The super chats, they make me hard. But other than that, not really. I'll take that into consideration when I say I'm putting him right now at the top of A tier. The only it's because, and I am maybe giving him a little. I am kind of thinking I'm hopeful for the future. I guess you do kind of have to have him take a hit because you do take a whole year off, and you got to sort some things out. I think that should hurt your stock as a bodybuilder. I mean, like, imagine if LeBron James didn't play for a year. That's big news.
LeBron James.
And, you know, there's always going to be questions about a guy taking a year off in any sport. And it's like, is it going to be the same when he comes back, especially for bodybuilding, especially when you're doing surgeries, taking time off from the gear that Xavier loves so much? I'll still put him at top of A, but I think that's being generous. But I'm a big fan of Hunter. Go figure.
I don't think it's being generous.
I like the way you talk to me. The Twink Show. Who is that guy?
It's Twinks and Dolls, to be exact.
Twinks and Dolls. You know, I would almost bet, and I mean this is no disrespect. I bet Lee Priest does enjoy a good lady boy. And again, no disrespect, because I think that's something that comes with maturity. It's something that comes with wisdom.
That's because you want to move to Thailand.
It's not for
trying to relate, bro.
It's not for the lady boy. It's for the financial freedom and opportunity. Okay. Let's go back around. Marcus, give me a name.
Lady boys are just for cream on top, right?
Well,
you know, let's go with Jordan.
Jordan, snooze fest.
No, that's I think Jordan has a very high ceiling.
Holy snooze fest. Yeah, I picked his best version for the footage we're using. This is at the Texas Pro, where they had like the 2009-esque backdrop. Perfect. Do
you think this version or the Olympia version was better? I like the Olympia one, but
no,
I just think the lighting was better here. Okay.
Well, you know, I tell that to people all the time. They're like, well, I think this version was slightly better. At the end of the day, it's what we have photos and videos of for what we do, you know. I think he was a bit overall, looking at it now, the physique was probably better at the Olympia, just slightly, but it's not going to matter as much as the lighting difference will.
Now, he placed a similar spot to Beirut at the Olympia. Was he one spot ahead, one spot behind?
Behind?
What's the age difference between Jordan and, say, Beirut?
Shit, man.
Yeah, let me grab their birth certificates. Hold on.
Yeah, look, I know you got that.
What a stupid question.
Accounting, don't you?
Jordan Hutchinson, age 32, according to him. Okay. Was born in Melbourne, Australia. No, he was 28, and yeah, this is the wrong person.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
was
born
20
in Melbourne.
In an Instagram post, he was 28 in 2023. So
Beirut is 33.
So there's a year difference, give or take.
Okay. Beirut's only just turned 33 as well. So
I told you guys. You guys are such idiots. Best of both worlds. Literally.
Still gonna go back to that topic. Go ahead.
Cake is cake, even with the candle. I gotta say, Jordan is complete. I know Jay beats him off. Like, oh, he's gonna be fourth one day. I don't know if I see that.
Yeah, I mean, the physique is very, very good overall, and if he keeps on gaining, he's going to do phenomenal. The only question I have is the midsection. Is he able to keep it as it is, or, you know, we've seen guys bring their midsection in slightly, and to me, it just seems like a little bit of that distension. So if he's able to get that under control and suck that midsection up and in, then it would make, I think, it like how he has it there, you know, if he's able to do that more. But when he seems to crunch it, it's almost like it comes up and doesn't look as good. So
a little sag in that lower stomach.
Maybe if he changes the way he flexes his abs a little, but the rest of his physique, like you look at it and it's like, yeah, it's really freaking good. Like, really.
I mean, it's complete.
Overall shape, aesthetic, quads from the front, very good superhero shape.
I'd put this around probably below Bonac.
I mean,
he's only going to improve as well.
That's why I wanted to know the age, especially compared to somebody else, because I do think I would grade him a peg, Dylan, below Beirut. I would put him like a step below Beirut.
In A tier,
or is he?
No, like below, like whatever area that Beirut is, he's going a grade below.
Well, he's okay, a grade below. I thought you just meant like Where is he
think,
at? Oh,
because your little weird grading scale with this, I do think that give it 2 years, 3 years, I do think he's going to be someone to look out for 1000%. That's just how I feel. I think he has a very, very good physique, especially his legs from the back and the front. He comes in, he doesn't miss. That's one thing we talked about for Baruz. He doesn't miss. So, I think there's something to compare there in the sense that we saw Jordan for a whole year show up show after show and not miss.
I kind of agree with what Todd said here. I'd put Joe Palacios over him in a year. I'd do it now.
Well, that's something to be said. I mean,
I should have put Joe on this list, unironically. I really should have.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask, where's Joe?
Okay, well, you guys don't help me with anything, so kill yourself. No, actually, no, I can't say that.
Yeah, we don't come on your podcast or nothing.
Xavier, it's your pick. It's your pick.
My pick?
Pick something.
I'm going to go Samson Dauda.
Oh,
I think it's an easy one.
Like a moth to a flame. You're a
my
freak,
big
bro.
chocolate man.
Oh, you are a freak. I actually don't have footage in here for him for whatever reason. I think
because you're a hater.
No,
yeah, he's an undercover hater too, though.
Hey,
he's an undercover lover. That's what you are. You are an undercover lover because you secretly love Samson
as a peak physique. If we took peak
2024 Olympia physique, let's see that right now. Let's do that.
Yes,
that's what we're going off of.
That is one piece of the puzzle. Has Samson been off more than he has been on? He's been.
What's your definition of
champion?
Off?
Listen. He's been relatively on, but he's never nailed it, which I think he has a physique that he has to do. He's only nailed it once. Okay, not that his physiques that don't 100% can't win, like that France Pro I really liked, although it was a shallow lineup, but I think it could do a lot of damage. Arnold UK in 2024, even this Prague Pro, debatable with Martin, but I really feel like he only has that special sting when he's 100% on, and there's nothing wrong with that. But anytime I want to bet on Samson, I'm hesitant. For that reason, Xavier, I'm putting him at the very tip top of A tier.
Oh, I'm putting him in S.
I knew you would because look, with Marcus, apparently it's an IQ test, and with you, it's like an emotional gay test on BuzzFeed.
He's one of the favorites for the 2026 Olympia. Like he, Andrew Jack, Hardy Troop, and Derek Lunsford. I think all those guys are S.
Okay, if you had to bet your life, one person in bodybuilding shows up. Who is it?
Hardy.
What do you mean one person shows up? Like in condition?
Yeah.
Hardy.
Yeah.
That would be my bet for my life. Would be Hardy.
Hardy, yeah.
Would you bet your life on, in terms of just like raw peak, on Nick before Samson? I would.
I mean, Nick's missed a few. Like he missed the Olympia, he missed it the New York Pro the year prior.
New York Pro.
He wasn't great at New York Pro last year. Like people forget that because he was the clear favorite to win, but he didn't peak like he did at Pittsburgh. Was it last year?
New channel member, by the way. The big M-bomb.
Welcome to.
I've been trying to.
Did you create that? Did you create that in the projects?
Yeah, it's called In the Projects.
I like that.
Yeah.
They're bringing out the top part of your head.
If you want to join the Discord, and if you're having trouble integrating your channel, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Please don't text me any more than you have to.
It's Discord too, not Discharge. Can be confused with some other channels.
Yeah. How can a former Olympia champion not be S tier? Because it's not about just peak physique. I get it. His volatility, his ceiling is way up here, but it's a spectrum to that, and unfortunately, the tail to that spectrum is quite large, like Xavier's tail.
Dylan would be the first one to bring up the spectrum, by the way.
Yeah,
I knew that.
But no, look,
boys and spectrums.
If I had to bet on a bodybuilder to be 100% on, which is integral for just about anyone, very few physiques can, just kind of wing it. I think Hadi is actually unironically one of them. I think his ceiling to be off is so incredibly high. My first bet would not be Samson Dauda. That's the only argument I'm making.
Yeah, I just guess we're not talking about purely about just pure consistency. You know what I mean? Because then you would say, "Oh,
with all that being said,
Martin down a few pegs."
Yeah, but even like as of late, his trajectory. What do we? I mean, We did the same
Kinda
little
down, bro.
semantics for because one showing, like because this one showing. If you look back 2024, like to me, we just did this with Beirut. You use your words against yourself, man.
That Russian guy.
Talking about Danilov.
Oh no, unironically, yeah, we're gonna get to him. I think he's kind of a little. Look, I'm a sub-5. It's awful, but Sergey is one of the ugliest guys I've ever seen. I hope Ian and Chow stay in chat so we can get a facial rating from our looks maxers. But look, Samson turned up off at the Arnold Classic. Got beat by Derek Lunsford, bro. And I get it. It was Derek's best version ever. But, we want to talk about, Samson doesn't need to be 100% on. Well, if he's not, he gets beat by Derek Lunsford, bro. Like, I don't think...
as Derek's best version, though, and Samson took points off him at finals. You know what I mean? Like, Samson wasn't on it pre-judging, but Samson wasn't bad at that finals. You know what I'm saying? And if that was his best version ever, and Samson not at his best still took points off him,
That's a fair argument. Looking ahead, just off the jump, we'll get into it. Do you think Derek would be an S tier? Because I don't think so. I think he's been off more than he's been on. And I think the physiques he's brought.
This is turning into more of a consistency list.
No, because the physiques he's brought when he is off are awful. And
the
Samson's
physiques he's brought have won him. The ones you're referring to have won him Olympia titles. So now we see
Arnold, Pittsburgh, Olympia.
The Arnold is the only thing he ever deserved to win ever.
If we're talking realistic with this, he's an S tier. He has to be because he's won against all the big names. He's Mr. Olympia winner. I see your argument against
anything
Samson,
is possible when you suck the judges off.
I can't put Beirut in the same tier as Samson.
Okay, then we'll move him down. Okay, Marcus.
I did say Beirut in B.
Marcus, do you think Samson is S tier?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it. Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, I know how you brothers are sticking with each other, and you got an honorary one because there's so much black in them on a daily basis.
I should steal this tier list idea for myself and Lee Priest. Whoa, Sam Moraes.
What do we have here? This was just in my saved. It's not playing right now. Okay, my turn to pick. I'm gonna pick a real OG. All right, you guys got to talk about one of your favorites. I'm going to talk about Crizzo. What you know about that? What you know about Crizzo? I mean, I can't rate him as highly as I want to, because the problem is when he's off, he low-key sucks. And even when he's on, even when he's on, he hasn't done something like outstanding like Samson does. Does he have the propensity for that? I mean, I guess so, but I think this is still like a Bonac tier, so B tier.
Yeah, I think B tier.
That was easy.
I can't see him C. Can't see him. Like, his posing sucks, and we have to take that into account as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Like, I just noticed as well when he's posing, he keeps everything stiff. So he's going through the poses, and he's like, his fingers are all stiff, and he's like, I'm like, bro, you don't have to flex every bit of your body 100% of the time. Like, yeah, keep your shoulders out and your chest tight, but then let your hands chill. Like, it makes it look uncomfortable to watch. And those little things like keeping everything, and then he's just relaxing when he turns to the back and just let his arms go down. I'm like, decide what
this rear double may change my mind. This rear double may change my mind. Yeah, like, can you, for the love of God, can you please stop moving? You know?
Yeah. Pull that left elbow up too.
Honestly, Marcus, hey, if Marcus wants to start making a motion for C tier, I know I love Crizzo. I love him, flaws and all. He's like, it's like when someone says Paul Dela is your favorite bodybuilder. You know, you like the freaks of the sport, but there's
I mean the dude, you know, the boys over at Muscle Maturity love this guy. They
really,
yeah, they love him. It's
because he's white.
I'm surprised.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, I'm not. You got to pin the Lee Priest comment.
He looks like Uncle Fester
on steroids. It is a fact. I'm not. You know,
we'll just say low B.
All power to the physique, man. But yeah, some of the things have to be brought up, and at this point, we haven't seen it.
His best is very good though, but like even then, I don't think
Very.
it's like super like that 2023 M Pro that he did. I don't have footage of it because it's like on AJ Kelly Roberts' YouTube channel if you guys want to look it up. But he was really good there. But even then, like the back and then the posing, still like you're all even with his best versions, you have these like super almost insurmountable weaknesses that'll always get like B tier. I think that may be generous. Long story short, Marcus, next
It's funny.
pick. Oh, sorry, I didn't
Wait,
realize.
can I say one thing on Cruzo?
Yeah, sure.
One thing about Cruzo. One thing about Cruzo is that he in a lineup, like normally tall guys look more impressive in a lineup, and he's a taller guy. But
Right.
for some reason, in a lineup, sometimes depending on the lineup, he doesn't look as impressive as you think he would. Like we saw that when I know you were really high on him going into those shows last year, Dylan, and then you see him in a lineup, and you're like,
You literally said Good Vito was going to win the Pittsburgh Pro.
I did not. I said he's going to be top 3. I said top 3. He didn't show up to all that, but
top 3.
Top 3 wasn't great. I reckon he would have been 3rd. No, who was 3rd in that show?
I reckon he would have been.
Wasn't it Martin?
I reckon if he did,
It might have been an off mark.
He would have been 3rd base with you, with how much you like him.
Yeah. I'm just ranking him where he should be. Could have been anywhere from 4th to 14th at the Olympia, you know what I'm saying? And he was.
Yeah, that was stupid.
It's a
Okay,
safe bet right there.
Marcus wants to give us another pick.
You know what? With I think it's only right with Lee Priest in the comments. Let's talk about Keon.
Oh,
Him on the list. I think that's
well. I have opinions about that. I'll keep them to myself. Keon. Okay, I added Keon. Imagine if 212 vanished tomorrow. He now is thrown into open. What kind of a bodybuilder is he? We're not grading him on 212 because nobody else in this is being graded on 212. Does that hurt him? Maybe. I don't know. I think me including him on the list is a nice thing to do. So
it depends on how much of a scope you're going to put onto, like, trajectory, what we can see in 2 years from now, things of that nature. I know you said, okay, how are they going to place in 2026? That's a big, signifier right there. But I just, all these different minutia points make a huge difference in how I'd grade this gentleman. Because to me, if I'm grading on what the future holds for him, I could see no lower than a B.
That's got to be like the cherry on top. I'm okay with like trajectory, but like it's got to be like if they did a show today and you got to bet and you got to place all these people, like I wouldn't be Bonak's a B tier bodybuilder. He's all right, but he's got some things wrong. I think Keon's around there. I mean, he got beat by Crizzo.
I think he could be ahead of like a Beirut though,
Like, on what planet?
That's a solid. Well, no, but that's a solid point. I feel, because the thing with him is, if you look at him in Beirut, right? What's the difference in how you can see their future coming out? I mean, Keon to me has a much brighter, or could have a much brighter future than a Beirut. Personally, I just think seeing how much they've grown in the last couple of years, I've seen a lot more from Keon, and that's with a cap.
If Keon is B, then where would Clarita be? Probably right around there as well.
Clarita and B as well.
Yeah.
I personally would have Keon at the bottom of the A, because I think this package that he brought is, while it's like, yeah, he's in condition, that's just where I think a lot of people think, that's just where he would place. But I think he didn't look bigger to me. He was maybe a little bit sharper.
He was going in wounded because the Olympia package was a rough start for him. It wasn't that good.
I think he could peak better overall. You know what I mean? Like he does look like, when you look at it individually, you're like, yeah, he's peaked. But
yeah,
I just think that there's more to unlock there. I think that what Keon's going to bring, he made big improvements, but I think he's going to make bigger improvements again this year. And yeah, what if
he never made improvements again? And all he can do was change.
I'd have him. I think maybe he flattened that physique out a little bit in some regard, somewhere in that prep. Whether he was, so many things can happen. You can be over dehydrated, where you can still look hard, but there's just something missing to the muscle. I think that Keon sort of needs to be full in a way, while keep that mid-section tight, sort of fill out his legs and get that little bit more pop. I think on this version, he could have a bit more pop to his physique, couple of extra pounds, and I think it would look like spot on. And he wasn't
Is
working
he
with Patrick Tua for that peak as well. And
Is he a
previously had,
better
so he's not working with
bodybuilder
Patrick.
than Bonak?
Yes.
Really?
I think he's roundabout where Beirut is. I would have Beirut in B and then maybe Key on top of the B, personally. But
Marcus, what did you think about Beirut? Give me a letter. A or B?
Beirut, if I'm putting, like I said, this Keon situation, I understand putting Keon in front of a Beirut. Like, I get that.
I think we're going to have a B heavy list, you know?
Well, and that's what sucks,
Well,
because then
it's the law of averages.
to me, Keon, standing alone, Keon is one of the best looking bodybuilders. Just all around a very, very good physique when it comes to standing alone. Obviously, we saw him off on the stage with the men's open competitors, and yeah, he did, it wasn't the best showing. And as I don't know if Xavier said it was, being, wounded, coming off of a show, not performing his best at the Olympia, still winning. But to me, the way I look at it, it's full picture. If I'm drafting players to my team, Keon's going to be one of the, he's going to be up there.
Yeah, I don't like what Xavier's doing. I like what Marcus is doing. But we'll keep Keon and Beirut in A tier. In A tier.
I'd have both in B, but okay.
Okay, well, you can just pick the next person, and maybe you get your outcome. Or did you pick?
Okay,
Keon?
I picked Keon.
Okay, yeah, should have known.
I'm gonna pick the Miracle Bear.
I'm so glad. Talk about a shit tier bodybuilder.
You hate Urs, don't you? I love him. I think that his structure and the way he comes up on stage, like he hits a front double bicep and you just see that vacuum, you see the biceps popping, and while he's nowhere near the biggest guy and his back has definite deficiencies, these other poses in the lineup, while not being the biggest guy, they freaking pop, man. He stands out in a lineup, which is very, very important. And with the improvements I predict he's going to make this year, because he made a lot last year, I think that that's going to catapult him up into the top 10 of the Olympia. And I think that based on that, I would have him easy B.
Yeah,
It sounds like
what
the fuck just happened to me,
because you're not really making coherent sense. Look, bodybuilding is mass, condition, shape. The problem is the mass is kind of what the first two things are built on. Can you get good mass while keeping your shape, and can you bring it in condition? Urs gets pretty conditioned, but even the back side, the back is really weird at times. This is his best version. If I popped up, I don't think I have it. If I popped up the Olympia version or the show he did before this, really, really weird puffiness to the back. I think that's a major flaw. And I will call it a flaw because it's reoccurring. I think the arms are funky. I think they look okay because the whole of him is getting bigger, so it looks more natural. And he does have condition, and he obviously he has the shape. Yeah. But the problem is I just miss some size. I like what Ian says in chat. Urs making it to A tier in half a year, which I think if we did this, when we do this in 2027, I think this guy's going to be the one that moves up the quickest. But right now,
that's how we're grading this.
Right now, is he beating Akeem all the time? Is he beating Krizo all the time? Jordan, Bonak? I don't think so. Okay, I think he can beat Akeem. I think he can beat Akeem 55 times out of 100. I think that gets him C tier. Above Akeem.
I'd say B easy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because think about it,
does he beat Krizo more often than not?
I think he has the capability to, yeah, because where homeboy, has his shortcomings, ours is the polar opposite side of that spectrum.
Does he beat Jordan?
Exactly what I was about to say.
Does he beat Jordan and Bonak more often than not? Let's just get those two out of the way.
Maybe Bonak this year, Jordan. They were next to each other in the Olympia. Jordan,
they were,
so they're close. So I think he'd beat Jordan this year.
I think Urs needs a lot of filling out to do, but you guys, 2 is better than 1, so we'll put him in C tier.
All right.
Here.
Nice.
There's somebody I don't
see Todd gets the next choice.
Yeah. My bad, Todd.
Todd, who are you picking? Please. Dylan is a brother. He just don't want y'all to know. Is that Marcus?
Who's that?
Marcus, you
That's
low key
Marcus.
you low key look like an animated version of Rihanna, like in that movie Home.
What? What? What the fuck? Everything you just said, I don't know what you mean.
This is you. It's Marcus.
You know what? Hold on.
Okay, hold
I
on.
got you. Dusty, pick
Did
your
Todd
pick.
say something? Rafa next because the Arnold update sucks. True, and I think that ties into it. Okay, we'll talk about Rafael right now.
I don't think the update's that bad. I got to be honest.
In terms of what?
I mean, he looks similar to what he looked like when he did really well in the Arnold.
Hey, by the way, Xavier, if you want to change your opinion for Urs, because your father said so, he's Urs. He's as boring as watching paint dry. You guys
Lee, I
think I'm making
disagree.
shit up? You're gonna
Have you
get
seen
a
my new phone
spanking.
case? Look how nice
No one
this is.
cares. No one cares.
He switched up the topic.
No one cares. Okay, we've got some Brazilian in chat. Chow Chunk. He's a Brazilian national, although he does have a hot mother that's not a Brazilian. But overall, Rafa, here's the thing. Peak version is all right. But I am going to knock him down for the fact that like he hasn't improved in 2 years, and then before that in 2024, it took him like 2 years of spinning his wheels to finally get like 20 pounds of improvement. And then we'll bring that update up once I you think it's on his thing? Okay.
On his thing?
Yeah. Okay, Xavier. I agree that this is a good spot to be in at 5 weeks. Well, even that, I think he has had trouble with the conditioning in the past. I don't think he's the most conditioned guy out there. So that, I don't even know, like, okay, it's not the worst place to be condition-wise. But size-wise, how is this any different from what we saw 2 years ago? He took the whole year off.
It might not be. He's saying he's heavier, so you can only go off that and by these photos. Now, can you translate that post so I can see if he says anything? Like,
this week we had 5 days of low
think of-
carb, and now after a few days of high carb, we're gonna see the magic. I think AJ Kelly Roberts said at some point he was like 5 pounds up, which I'm sorry if maybe let me hold my tongue before if it's 5 pounds. I hope it's not. Yeah, 300 pounds. Yeah, that would be great if we were talking about when he did the Arnold back in 2019. He's been in the pro league for too long, and we need massive improvements. Look, he's a great bodybuilder, but he's the Brazilian Regan Grimes. He's better than Regan Grimes.
I wouldn't go that far. I think did he not have some gut issues? Which sort of kept him out a little.
Okay, I get that. But at the end of the day, he had gut issues for a couple of months out of 1 year. In the past 5 years, in the past 2 years, since the end of 2024 to now, or a year and a half or whatever, he's gained 5 pounds, which isn't even stage weight yet. We don't even know what his stage weight. He may be 5 pounds down.
Well,
Rafa, another bodybuilder treading water, going nowhere. And I love Rafa's physique. I really do. And that's why I'm like screaming, like I wish he would buckle down and do more. And I know, like, I guess word on the street, like when he was a bit younger, he was like a nightlife kind of guy, whatever. That's fine. But like for bodybuilding, obviously not. So Marcus, what is that sound?
Here, you want to know who you look like to me? Since you want to bring up Rihanna from Hope. Here.
Is that
Flippy in this bitch? Look at Dylan on that right. Look at
why are you watching kid shows, you pedo?
Flippy.
Yeah, my kids.
You're wearing traditional African garb.
And you're
You do
wearing
you,
that.
Marcus. I know you're into the, you're kind of in touch with that side.
You don't you know who Blippi is.
Yeah, because I have young siblings. I don't know why you know who Blippi is. You're a 30-year-old man with no kids, which I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, how would you have any exposure to Blippi?
Stop trying to steer away from your actual day job. We was all wondering how Dylan actually makes his money because we know it's not from YouTube. That motherfucker dresses up in a blue and orange hat and does songs. Now I know why you play the guitar so good, Dylan.
I do want to finish up on the Rafa discussion. I mean, I don't understand how you guys look. I can't knock him down like a lot because like this is, what is that buzzing? Marcus, I think you're doing something. But anyway,
What am I doing?
I can't hear any buzzing.
okay, maybe it's just my headphones. But long story short, Rafa has done nothing but waste time. He's going to look the exact same as 2024. That was 2 years ago.
I was concerned he might regress, like I thought,
Oh,
because
yeah.
bodybuilders don't. No, I was, because like having gut issues and being off stage for a while, I was like, could this go backwards? I mean, we've seen some guys in placings definitely go backwards year to year. Like a guy who's coming up, like Stu Sutherland, who I'm a fan of. This year, he last year he went backwards a little bit in terms of his placings, and I think just the overall look and the peak. But Rafa, I think he's going to be bigger than this, and Rafa's a tall guy as well. So I think the frustration comes from fans is that he's not making the improvements we want to see that could catapult him to the top 5 or top 6 in the Olympia. He's still probably more of a guy that's in the 6 to 12 range, probably based on how the competition has improved. But if he can, like we always sort of say, I think he's going to be bigger than this package. Which, when was this one? This one was a year and a bit ago, year and a half.
Xavier, he's 5 pounds up, and that was when he was 8 weeks out. You're lucky to get 5 pounds of stage weight out of him if he shows up in the best condition, which isn't even the best condition.
Well, 5 pounds up on the biggest he's been before. Is that what we're talking?
That I think that holds even less water, because I mean at that point he's just holding water. Look, I love Rafa, but legit, I'm looking at the tier list. He's a good bodybuilder. So the discussion has been kind of crowded with the hate. Sorry, but he's a good bodybuilder, but he will never get better, and that's the thing that kind of taints my vision of him.
I'd say B for now.
I would say he's around Krizo or Bonac. If he's good enough, he can beat both. Yeah. If he's off, he's not beating Bonac. Yeah.
I love how we completely agree.
Yeah, I mean it's it. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Eat one more meal, you were up 5 pounds. Sorry, Marcus, what'd you say?
No, you're good. I want some of your Discord members to go, go to Jonestown together. Is it Sam?
What's Jonestown?
Oh, he's
yeah. This guy, Jess Jack, right? Glazer.
I can't
the rules to
that.
talk from this guy is crazy. You little nitwit of a human.
Yo, stop attacking the Discord members. Those are my people.
Dylan doesn't want to lose that Discord.
Step away from being a fairy, so he got to stop too.
Todd picked last, right? Okay, so now it's Marcus's turn. Marcus, I think you had something heating up that you were.
I have something actually heating up as well. I need to go to the toilet, and it's not a number.
I gotta piss myself.
Heating
up is crazy. First, Marcus. That's what's gonna happen to Dylan.
Yeah, one at a time, please. One at a time. I don't know what you guys are gonna do together in the bathroom.
All right, one at a time. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna go Sass.
I wasn't raised in Baltimore. Oh! I thought you were talking about like a verb.
No, that's one of your words. I'm gonna go Sass.
He means the SAS.
Oh, he's not. Sass isn't on here, right?
What?
I forgot.
This is the guy you were glazing yesterday to me.
I was glazing him hard, and I can't change it now. Unironically, Sass. Well, Marcus, what do you want to say about Sass?
I think that we talked about early on a couple people who are overlooked, and I think that he's somebody who is and can be overlooked. I think that put it like this: if we ask the audience right now, the people in the comments, let them grade. What would you put Sasan? I want to hear their grade, right? And then I'm gonna have a point to prove after that.
Can I inject my grade, or am I gonna mess
Because
it up?
they're gonna follow you, so no. They're gonna
Okay.
follow you because they're the little fucking Discord members, so no. Fucking losers.
Literally in the
alienating
Discord.
Discord one at a time.
No, that's why it's a joke. I'm in there too. I'm just playing around.
We'll do Quentin next.
Discord
Todd.
is pretty brutal.
Chat. Thanks for the super chat, Todd. I think I'm the most egregious offender in the Discord.
Todd don't count. He got good points.
Todd is
Normally when I jump into that Discord, I normally get like, I hate you from Dylan. Something of that nature.
Hey, we're not talking about Quentin. We're talking about Sass, Ian, and
Sasan.
Liam Dever.
That is real.
I agree with Todd. Like he says, Sass, I would say is
high
C
C,
tier or
low
low
B.
B. I think like low B.
High C, low B. Oh, Liam
C.
was talking about Sass, maybe. I think so. Sorry, Liam. High C, like the drink.
name.
And then Ian is just retarded.
There's a Liam and an Ian. Can someone change their name? It would be easier.
No,
for me.
Ian is so bro. Ian has mental issues. He doesn't need any change in his life.
Didn't you say is Ian looks like?
Hey, let's get back on track here. Sass,
I'm just showing some love to the viewers.
I don't care. Sass, the consensus seems to be C tier. Marcus, high C tier.
Okay, but we got Jordan and B. No shot at Jordan. I'm not trying whatever Jordan. But it's kind of my point is I think that most people would consider him a C tier bodybuilder, and I disagree. I think that he's somebody else who does get overlooked. I think we see it with Akeem, but the Akeem, you can make the argument that okay, yeah, source ladder, all that hoopla, that's fine. But when it comes to when it comes to Sass, I do think that I would consider him like a mid B. I'm not gonna put him in front of say like a Crizzo, but I would put him around
he
the
beat
Urs.
Crizzo. No, he didn't. He got beat by Crizzo in New York. Is that how that went?
So I'm not gonna put him in front of Urs. I mean Crizzo. But
Liam, how old is Sass? He's like Xavier. You could probably comment on this.
40.
He's like 39 or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's. I'm guessing around 40 because he did retire for quite a while. I'm going to look that up. I'll do some research.
Yeah.
AKA Google. How old is Sasan Arati?
Yeah, ChatGPT. Marcus, was that your point? You're dismissed.
yeah, I'm gonna pee before home.
Yeah, you're gonna go Sass.
Then I'll poo.
He said I'm gonna go Sass, and I thought that was like black speak for take a piss.
So Sasan Arati, I don't know if this is true, but it says he was born in Tehran in Iran.
Maybe.
In 1972. That can't be right, can it? That'd make him pretty old.
No, that would make him like 50, 54 if he had his birthday already.
It says here he's 62 years old. Yeah, it can't be right.
Okay, I think he was like 39. Anyway, I think Sass low key is around Rafael Brandao, but we should stop talking about it. We don't have any material, but
it says 2012. He was around 8. He was 26 or 27 in his first competition.
Anyway, I think Sass is legit so underrated. If Bonac is a certain level of bodybuilder, you got to put him around them because they're the most consistent guys in the league right now, besides the top guys being Nick and Hottie. And even then, Nick has recently kind of fudged this record a little bit. Anyway, we
Sass
were going
to 40, I believe.
Okay, that's kind of what we said. Glad you got that in there.
Said.
Let's talk about some. We're going to talk about Quentin next. Oh boy. Does anybody have something positive to say?
I do. I do.
Go figure.
I think his potential, I think his, we've talked about.
How many years have we heard this?
No, but this guy was very close to qualifying for the Olympia last year. I think he's only going to improve this year. It seems like him coaching himself is probably the smartest thing to do because he seemed to bring a much better package. where would
remember-
he rank on the tier list? It's a little difficult.
Do you remember when he took 2 years off and then came back worse than
Yeah, I
when
know.
he left off?
Yeah, but he got fucked a little bit there.
I don't,
and he's
I,
a lot
with all
better
due
than he was
respect,
previously.
I agree, but I don't care. The problem is that it happened. He spent 2
Yeah,
years
but
and he's wasted 2 years. That hurts your
We've got to
stock as a
focus on
bodybuilder.
last season though. Yeah, and he's still young. I don't know his exact age, but he's not old. He's like early 30s, I think, or maybe like
You know
about
how
30
many?
years
You
old,
know,
so
Fuad has been saying this guy's the next big thing since like 2021 or 2022.
yeah. Sometimes it takes some time though, you know, like these
And,
guys.
so, and more often than not, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but with guys like Samson, it did. Like Samson, I never thought he would get to the level he's gotten to. Like I never thought. I
Does
said,
he
oh,
know
maybe
you
one
think
day.
so lowly of him?
I said to him, we had a conversation about this.
Yeah, a little
but
fight.
Quinton was sort of just a tick behind Samson back then, and yeah, you can say Quinton sort of, you know, wasted time or whatever. But I think the fact that he actually did put on a good amount of quality muscle in that time that he, you know, wasted, I think it means you can actually put on more mass going forward and like more of a muscle memory thing, gaining new tissue. Because when you gain new tissue, I think you've got to push your body up heaps in weight and, you know, push things a little bit. But he seems to have come in a lot better. He excels in aesthetics for sure. But yeah, I just think that I think that he's like a C tier now, but I think he's definitely got the ability to push up.
C tier?
Like he just
This shit's D tier. Look, as it is right now, Urs Kalasinski beat him, bro. Urs Kalasinski.
you're making Urs sound like he's terrible. He's 12th or 13th in the world.
Well, no, well, he's got some time to. He's in the oven, bro, and he's gonna be there for a long time.
Jordan Hutchison only narrowly beat Quinton, so let's look at it that way. When we're putting Jordan Hutchison easily in the middle of the B.
I miss seeing bodybuilders with leg hair. Not gonna lie, what the heck?
It doesn't say leg hair; it says hair.
Oh, I don't. Freudian slip. No one even said legs in chat. That's so weird. Like it's not even like another message, and I got them mixed up.
I think the not gonna lie with the L on the end. I think you just read leg.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah.
In there.
But look, as a bodybuilder, he doesn't like have any that like. Okay, outside of the structure, his back is not that good. The chest and like shoulders, like right there, like why is it so puffy and smooth? He has like the Derek Lunsford thing going on. Let's keep the same energy. And like, yeah, he has some good shots because of his structure, front lat, even though the lats are a little flimsy, front double, of course. Even the abs and thighs, I'm not like super impressed with. Like his quads are the best thing about him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's a bad shot, but like, oh, you know, you hear guys like Fuad saying, oh, he's God's gift to aesthetics. Okay, well, let's see the abs and thighs. And it's just like, you know, okay, it's all right. I think Nick Walker's is better.
I think for the tall bodybuilders, it takes a little bit more time to establish that muscle, harden that muscle on the physique. We've seen it with Samson. We've seen it with a bunch of tall guys. Like even Dennis Wolf as well. Sucks.
I can't believe you're choosing to suck off Urs instead of Lee tonight, Xavier.
Me? I love Lee Priest. Stayed at his house recently. 4 days. 3 days. 4 days.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that. Anyway.
But, yeah, I think he needs that maturity and that hardness to the muscle, which comes with time. I don't think he's D. Do you think he's D, Marcus?
Okay, realistically, Akeem should be moved down to D.
I think you got to put him in C.
See, only because Akeem is there. If we decide moving them down, he's going with.
But I feel like Akeem is beating the hell out of Quinton, if I'm being honest.
I agree.
On the stage.
I agree.
So
but the thing is, like Jordan and Quinton, did they trade points a little bit and they were close last year? And then Jordan was up in 12th at the Olympia. I'm like, I think Quinton and Akeem would be very close in a contest. I think. Like Akeem has the conditioning, but you know, has a few structural issues and stuff.
If Flex sucked, that would be Quinton. Well, Flex already does suck. So kidding. Well, depends on the context. That's not a gay joke. That's simply about his profession. Who's? Oh, is it my turn to pick? Oh, goody. What do we have here?
I need to go to the toilet now, man. I'm going to be like,
Yeah,
a couple
you
of
go
minutes,
ahead.
but
You
I've
go
got my
ahead.
I can hear everything. I can hear everything.
You
Don't
don't
talk
listen
shit.
anyway. Let's talk about someone I think we can get right out of the way. Nextzilla.
Oh man.
I don't know. Like, the thing is, this is kind of the conversation about potential, right? Like, oh, if he comes in shredded, oh, he's gonna be the next big thing. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. He doesn't have the genetics for it. Hot take. How many black guys do we see with thick skin? Not a race thing, not a racist thing at all. It is a race thing. But like, I just don't think he'll have he doesn't have the genetic predisposition to be ultra detailed and shredded, nor does he even want to be.
I mean,
This is
yeah.
a
He has
C-tier
that freak
bodybuilder.
factor that helps him, quite a bit. And if the IFBB will actually, swing that way, flex is better with one leg. That's crazy and hilarious and a beautiful pun.
I think we have our first real D tier here, because after that freak factor wears, well, it's never going to wear off, but like after people have seen it for so long, and then he keeps coming in the terrible condition he always does, he's gonna lose placings, of course, because he only has placings now. He only won 2 shows because they were like the worst lineups of the year, and he's huge. Like, yeah, that's great.
There's potential there, though. There's a good bit of potential. I know it's, if we're talking 2026, no. I don't foresee him performing well in, the next year Olympia or anything.
Crazy how Nextzilla in shape as Mr. Olympia and him out of shape as last call. I mean, because his condition right now as is literally, you had guys in the golden era with infinitely better separation. I mean, really, this is a D tier. Marcus, you can try to hold me back, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put him below C tier, but because of the potential, I don't want to put him below C. I think him and Quentin are apples and oranges, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they're both bottom of the barrel of those respective fruits.
As of now, sadly, yeah. How I mean,
looks like walking cancer. Bro needs to clean his glasses. But
to me, it's a situation to where I don't know, man. The potential is there for me for Rubiel. So
Marcus,
putting him in D just seems like
I know
blasphemy.
It's admirable that you want to see the best in everybody and give everyone the benefit of the doubt. You can ask anyone in chat. That guy will never get in the condition he needs to.
My Colombian brother, man.
He won't even be half of what he needs to be. Take it to the bank.
I mean, I'm gonna call the chat. Shout out to the chat, but I mean,
Nextzilla is F tier, maybe. Maybe I'm being harsh, but he has no symmetry in his body. Is completely out of proportion. For me, I don't even care about all that. Like, you guys know, I'm a size queen. It really is just condition. We always hear Nick Walker's the worst bodybuilder of all time because he's shaped like a fridge. That's one metric, and it's not even the worst. Sorry, Xavier. He came back and then left. Rubiel has the single worst pillar of bodybuilding on the Olympia stage, and it's a miracle he got there.
See, and I put it like this, right? I will say somebody just brought up a good point, even though I don't agree with this fully. Ben, it's open, proportions don't matter. Granted, I think they still matter. They're just not on the same microscope as they may be in Classic or shit, even 212 for that matter. But
hey, if they don't matter, I think we can move Quentin down then, because that's the only thing he has going for him.
I mean,
you were the one arguing. Was it just Xavier arguing with me on that?
No, I think Quentin. I think Quentin is where he's supposed to be as of now, especially with all the little attributes you were given, all the different criteria and things like that. Quentin is. I think there could be a place where he can prevail. However, it's just not now. So the way I'm doing this, for me to really make sense of it, is all right. What are they going to look like in 2026? That's the best way I'm doing this as far as trying to take everything.
Well, it's not a trajectory list. So
I know that. But what I'm saying is, to me, Neckzilla, despite all the shortcomings, this dude is
okay. Like those Facebook posts that moms share. It's like you have $15 and you get to build your breakfast. And like you have $5, $3, $1 tier. You'll have like coffee and you're like orange juice on your dollar tier.
I'm buying Neckzilla for $3 and I'm putting him in fucking.
If he was a slave, you couldn't give him to me.
A C+ tier. You're bugging. I don't see. I can't justify. I don't know, man. I can't justify putting him that low. I really can't. I mean, I know he's gonna get hate, especially because the last year, performance-wise, we haven't.
This is what it's like. This is what in big back fat ass terms for Marcus. Neckzilla is literally is maybe grits, and that's not a race thing. He's maybe grits, and that's only because he's huge. I mean, really, I'm fine with him being OG.
I see why you picked grits, and he's Colombian at that, so you gotta, he might be some frijoles, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, I think.
Man, I don't know, man.
Let's just keep him in D tier. Let's just keep him. In
Nickzilla is a framacell. Frame cell. The fuck is that?
I don't quite know what that one means. I think
nerdy ass terms.
I think his frame is bad. Can we put Regan in D tier already? You want to talk about Regan, Marcus? He is sitting here on the end of the tier list.
I will say, Dustin, can we bring it? I think Regan is a tough one because to me, however we're looking at this damn criteria for this list, I think Regan can be as high as B.
Why? Potential,
yeah, man. Like, we're gonna put it this way: Brandel, you're gonna put Brandel in B tier, and tell me Regan doesn't deserve to be in fucking B tier. I just see that as they are similar in the sense of what they can do.
They both have the same issue. They both are going nowhere fast.
That's why I brought up Brandel.
The problem is most versions of Brandel beat most versions of Regan, and Regan has more. I would say more weaknesses. I think Rafael Brandel is just a better bodybuilder. I think Regan is slightly underrated for what he can do now, but he's not going anywhere. He's not doing anything. He's exactly like Rafa. He took a year off before 2023 and came back and finally had, he gained like 20 pounds of weight, which is great. But then he's never been able to do anything since then. I don't think I have any.
It said frame cell equals no clavicular width. What in the living shit? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know it. That's wild to me. I didn't know that shit actually had a meeting. Alex, I agree with Bandana. Shout out to Alex or ALX. Zach, Regan's C tier. I mean, so off rip, where would you put?
Good to see you, Zach.
Zach looked like he was your brother.
I like Zach. I'd probably still put him in B tier, but at the other end.
He do that Blippy show with you.
Did you hear me?
No,
B tier, but at the other end.
Okay. I'm for that. Yeah,
Here's the thing: when you want to rate people highly for potential, like I get it. We can believe in a dude, but at some point we got to pull the plug. like this is what I'm doing with Rafa this year. I'm already preparing myself for it because I know it's going to be 2024 Rafa, maybe even a little worse. Not much better, and at the very minimum, at the very least, and I know I got to jump off the hype train. I just can't do it anymore. I love his physique.
What year did he show out at the Arnold? I think he did decent.
2024.
2024. Okay,
and he was third, and that was great. Mm-hmm. And I think he was slightly elevated. Although Tyler had nothing but great things to say about him. He was like drooling in his recap. He was like, "Oh, the improvements and all that." And the judges look at that. Even though I don't think that's right, the judges do look at that. We've talked 100%.
Yeah, that's put into the. I'm sure that's put into judging. It's going to be. It has to be. There's nowhere.
So at this point, Rafa has it on a silver platter. Not only if he just got better, not only would he just be better, but also the judges would give him a little bit of a boost because they've been waiting to see that for so long.
And you've already seen him give him the nod. Yeah, and you've seen him get. They've given him the nod. They 100%. You could tell. And I do think it's that Brazilian fan base that so happily rallied behind him.
Regan has stayed the same but gotten worse. A truer statement has never been spoken. Real. I'll put him at the end of B tier.
See, to me, Regan's back double, and yeah, I know I'm putting a microscope on something, but he has one of the best back doubles right now.
I agree.
And fuck back lat spread too, not just the back double.
Unironically, I'd put him up here.
If we're talking, I damn near want to put him in front of not Urs, fucking where we have Crizzo.
Look, like I said earlier, I think Regan is underrated for what he can do now. I think if he shows up at his all-time best, but the problem is he doesn't do that often. If he does show up at his all-time best, he can actually do a lot, but he's not going to get any better, and that does taint my vision of him. Like with Brandao, it just is what it is. Rafa should be C. That hernia ate great.
That little thing in his little solar plex area right here, is that what he's referring to?
He has one.
And that last picture I saw, I think I saw it on Xavier's live. He was showing a picture of Brandel, and he had like right here, right in the solar plex, dude had like a fucking bulge. I don't think that's a hernia per se. I think that's just
the top of a rib cage. Yeah.
Oh,
he's actually
it's the Hunter Labrada thing.
Yeah, people have that little bony whatever there. You can go, chiropractor and try to get it soothed out, and it'll help, but it'll come back out.
Yeah, it's the Hunter Labrada thing. Okay.
Do you know what's crazy? I've got these lumps like either side of
Xavier, what the hell are you talking about, bro?
No. And but what I'm saying is like these things just randomly fucking pop up as you get older. Like you just randomly like it feels like fucking bone.
That's
like,
great.
I got a lump on my rib cage that hurts.
Lee had some.
Yeah,
Lee,
how much
confirm, please. I have a girlfriend.
I mean, Xavier's the one that brought it up, but I got a lump.
Mine are like right here,
man.
Xavier.
Hello, Dylan.
Okay.
That's my girl.
Marcus.
Oh, shout out to your girl.
Marcus, you can pick. We kind of all picked Regan. Marcus, who do you want to rate next?
Well, I want to be funny, and I don't Mo Fuda.
Mo Foda.
Is he up here, or did you forget about him too? You
nope,
dickhead?
I have him in here.
Okay,
I love how they put his name completely wrong on the Arnold Classic poster.
What'd they put on there?
I don't know. It's just some random. It's nothing like Mo Foda. There's no Foda in there. It's like
a lot of
Muhammad
I think
something.
it's probably a nickname, no?
Someone said they think they mucked it up, but I don't know what's. Maybe we should look at the Arnold Classic competitor list.
Maybe you should shut the hell up.
Robbie has to fill out.
I could have swore I had footage.
A good bit of Quentin.
Oh, there's not a whole lot of footage of Foda. Like even at the Dubai Pro, there's just. Yo, who's this?
That's someone you've searched before. I see.
Right.
He's a cutie. Yeah, see to this the front last spread of Foda, Jesus.
Yeah, it's one pose.
These front shots.
I don't care, man. Awesome. I think you can go down in history for one pose or one body part pause, but I think that when it comes down to it, that front last spread is untouched by many of these motherfuckers in IFBB.
The thing is, he wins a lot of front shots, but he loses probably most of the back shots against these.
Loses those back shots.
But his front shots, I agree, they're so dominant. Like his front double and his front lat and his most muscular, they're like really, really good shots. So it's like, yeah, you mark him down for the back, but he's still going to be a
never
lot of
post stage photos. Stage videos.
You know what? One thing is that in the lineup, he's a little shorter than you think, just a little bit, So sometimes his structure doesn't look quite. Oh, he looks tall. No, he was standing. I remember I watched this.
He is stepping the line so much.
Yeah, I watched this contest and I did last name for it, and he was so far in front of everyone else, and I had to keep pointing it out because all my screenshots he looked apart from there, but all the screenshots he looked huge. But see, go back to that back lats.
Oh yeah, he is, and I see
when he's not stepping the line.
This was 2 years ago. It was 2023 at the end of 2023.
But see, when I look at that, his back don't look bad at all in the last spread.
The rear double used to have some weird asymmetries to it, but I think he's kind of
next to the worst rear. He's next to one of the worst rear doubles of the top guy.
Unironically, I should have put Horse and D on this list, bro. That would have been an F tier. Actually, no, I shouldn't have.
Well, he went into classic, didn't he? He went back to classic.
Well, apparently he's coming back to open now.
I'm not sure if good or offer. Well, that makes sense with the front and the back. If he's so great from the front, how we're saying, and Xavier said,
I think he's just a keen. He's just a keen, right?
I think he's got a
Where's
better
my
back than
mofo?
Akeem. No offense to Akeem.
Oh well, Akeem's back is literally it honestly, like when you see like some of these someone break their leg on a skateboarding video on Instagram, and you get like a visceral reaction and your eyes start to water. Like,
Oh my god.
that's exactly no. I get that same feeling when I look at Akeem's back. It looks like I'm watching surgery, and like when you're watching like surgery on like a TV show, like Untold Stories of the ER. You're like, oh. That's exactly what I feel.
I'm not
about,
laughing at Akeem's back here. I'm more laughing about ridiculous description.
No, yeah, I stopped listening.
I'm good with words.
I think that he's yeah. I do think that he will be a dark horse at this upcoming Arnold.
I don't think he'll be last.
Yeah.
I
agree with C for now. I agree.
Xavier.
Hey,
next?
Nick Zilla should not be in D, by the way. He won 2
Oh
shows
boy,
last
here we go.
There we go, Xavier. Welcome to the party.
Xavier,
I'm happy to have company against
Xavier.
this fucking
One reason why I should move him up.
One reason why I can move him up.
He won 2 shows last year. He was more conditioned at those 2 shows. What's up, Marcus?
Oh, you're right. You're right. His condition was great at those shows.
It wasn't terrible. Go back and look at it. I mean, his legs, yeah. I agree with his legs.
Terrible.
I was actually thought I was be the one debating him to be lower, to be honest. He's just such... You still have to say, okay, dude has crazy mass. Like... Yeah, it's not phenomenal conditioning.
He's helping your cause a little bit. That's the one dude I thought I was gonna have to argue with them to make him lower.
Do you think his hernia makes a difference?
Kind of.
I think it matches the overall physique.
Yeah, because bubbly, right?
We're not talking about this anymore.
The side leg there is not bad. It's not like as conditioned as I'd want to see, but look through that midsection.
Look at that. Look how fucking round the glute is. The pose.
But look, he's got some lines in those glutes. They're not.
Well, to be fair,
you know.
I've seen what makes you like go crazy, and that means Samson Dowda's condition. I guess if that's your standard of condition, then it makes sense that you want to put Nexzilla up to S tier. I get it. I get it.
I'm saying he should be. He shouldn't be D. Give him that C, you know? I know one of the shows he beat Presti, but it was a good Presti.
He beat Andrea Presti. Give him the Sandow.
I was saying Beirut should be lower, and then someone else should be lower as well. I said Baruz and Keon B.
I think
I
you
suppose
guys
the B's
are
getting
too nice. You guys are too nice.
Thank you.
I think you're being hard on Nexzilla, personally.
I think he has the worst condition on the Olympia stage, and he had the worst condition at every pro show that he won.
Wouldn't Quentin? Who had worse, Quentin or
condition?
Nexzilla, yeah.
Nexzilla, no doubt.
I wouldn't say it's by crazy amounts at Nexzilla's best show last year, which I don't know if that's
kind of
sucks. Okay, we got to move on.
Show.
Okay. You can pick actually.
Oh yeah, we've got a shitload of guys to do. We should fast track.
Well, you want to sit here and blow Nexzilla? Let's pick somebody else.
Let's go Tonio Burton. Squirt.
Okay.
Yo, the way Dylan just I wish I can rewind 3 seconds to show the way Dylan just rolled his eyes. That shit was so sassy, dude. Dylan dead ass said
Sasquatch.
Here we go.
Sassy motherfucker with his suit. He got the Hillary Clinton on.
You know how much more Dylan's gonna actually hate on me with this challenge if it gets close. There's gonna be sabotage.
He's
gonna be paying those Chinese bots, you know.
This is an A tier. You can count on Tonio to show up always.
Yep, I agree. And I think he's only getting better too.
And he's a complete physique. The only hang up is that he's small, but like these last showings that he brought, like they're complete, they're shredded. So like even the best physiques he brings are really good, and he's only bringing the best. Marcus, I know you love Tonio.
I want you to put you on the big screen. I want you to put yourself on the big screen. Do it.
Okay, A tier it is.
Shout out to the top of your head. That little curl that's going on up there. I see. That's why you put Tonio in that A tier. I like it. I see a little curl up there, Dylan.
Next,
I respect it. I think a lot of people are gonna think that's kind of high, but I like.
Do you know who Tonio is? Just quickly, Tonio Burton is Michael Lockett if Michael Lockett did the right things.
Michael Lockett was
like that same sort of.
He had a good blueprint.
Yeah, and apparently, bro just didn't even really diet. He dieted for 2 weeks and then just did like part of his workout was just push-ups and stuff. From what I hear, the rumors.
Okay, that's great. Is Michael Lockett on the list?
We'll go beef stew. Beef stew.
Okay, good. What do you have to say about beef stew then? Because I gotta.
I was really big on him coming into this year. Is this video? This video is from 2024. So yeah, I really like Stu's physique, his shape, his structure looks really good. But I think his midsection wasn't as clean this year. I don't think that he brought this level of cleanness, I guess, if that's even a word in bodybuilding.
The IFBB literally shafted him these last couple of shows, and I don't think that's entirely right.
I agree. He should have placed higher. It was weird. Some of the placings, like a little bit lower down, were a little bit strange. So yeah, I think he was bigger than this. Was he better? I would have to see it side by side.
He's got a lot of bettering to do. The problem is he doesn't necessarily have to get a whole lot bigger, but he does have to refine it.
Yeah, he has to refine it, get it somewhere back towards this, and just have,
honestly, though, like
continue to improve this a little bit.
If I saw my last placings and I kind of know how the sport works, I'd kind of fucking hang it up. I mean, really. And that's not because Stu's a bad bodybuilder. That's because the IFBB is screwing me over. Nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, I felt like he got harsh placings. Like Stu was actually open and he said, last year he's going to up his gear, not by crazy amounts, but by like 25%.
He's open about the JQ, and I think that has something to do with it.
What's that?
He's open about the JQ, and I think that has something to do with it.
JQ? You mean like
the Jewish shit or something?
Yo, bro.
Or Jewish stuff.
Yo!
What are we talking about?
Yo, keep it.
He's open about what?
I thought Dylan was straight from the, Israel.
No, I only look like this because I basically have like semi-black feet. I think I've talked about this. I basically have semi-black features, but I'm mostly white, so I do end up.
You got to grow out this and get your little Orthodox on.
Please shut up.
I think you're just as white as me, Dylan.
But I'm not. And Marcus knows this.
Show the top of your head, Dylan. I'm telling you, put yourself on big screen.
Marcus about my family lineage.
Top of your head. Dylan got a beautiful face.
Leans forward and he's got a yarmulke on the back.
Okay. Okay. We're not the IFBB. We can rank him wherever we want. Where are we placing Beef Stew as a bodybuilder? I think top of C tier. Maybe bottom of B.
Top of C? To be honest, I love Stu. I would say bottom of C.
By Nexzilla.
I would say C.
Yeah, well, where did Stu place last year versus where did Nexzilla place in contests? I mean, we're not just going off placing.
Nexzilla only got some props because the judges thought we would encourage him, Oh, let's encourage the kid. And he's just going to be this regular fat ass as always. So I don't really give a fuck what he did last year at all.
I love Stu. So I would be a Stu fiend, Like I was talking him up big coming into last year. I can't say he's above Mo Fuda, who won a show last year. Well, last year before. I can't say he's above Akeem Williams.
I can. I think they're both off plenty of times.
Stu can come back in 2026 for sure and do well. I have no doubt about that. I still believe in Stu. I think he still do well, but based on what we saw, and there was a regression in his placings last year versus the year prior. Was that correct or not? I don't know.
No way Stu beats no one on this list. Exactly. You're telling me he beats nobody on this list?
I think you need to.
No, wait. No. Now he corrects his statement. No way Stu beats anyone on this list.
It happens. I think that putting Stu in front of Hakeem is crazy. Even though I believe in Stu like y'all.
Okay, here you go, you pieces of shit.
I would put him in front of Quentin. Personally, I put them right by each other. Really? I put Quentin in front of Stu. Quentin in front of Stu.
I'd put Stu last, to be honest. And that's no offense to Stu. I love Stu. I think Stu would put Stu last.
D-tier. Hey, if you agree to finally use the D tier and stop beating around the bush, I'll do it.
You're the one that's in control of that little mouse.
We need to unlock. We need to shift the Overton window into actually using the D tier because you guys are being too nice. So Xavier, if you want to
I'll put Stu in D then.
All right,
I'll break the ice.
Yeah, break the
I
ice.
fucking hate doing that too. I hate doing that so much. It's a stupid.
I think it's I don't know, yeah, because I think all these motherfuckers is working their ass off, so to put them in D tier when they're the
not a
top
hard work
bodybuilders in the
competition.
world.
It feels. I see. Marcus and I have some empathy in our bodies, Dylan. So we feel bad sometimes. So I feel bad like putting a.
You know,
a
there
top
is someone
pro in
out
D,
there.
but I get the rankings.
There is someone out there, like a Jason Geneva type, but is a little bit more high IQ. Geneva, yeah, you're right, Genova. So he's like retarded, but he's working hard because, like, in his mind, he's going to be Mr. Olympia. Little does he know, he has the worst physique of all time because his genetics are so shit.
Why can't we talk about your people?
Listen,
but we can use the R word.
He's doing the cardio. He's doing, like, he's autistic in nature. He's doing the cardio. He's doing all this. He may unironically be the hardest working bodybuilder on earth. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Yeah, you would, because you're a bleeding heart.
Dylan's bleeding internally.
Let's talk. I have PMS. Yeah, let's talk about Joan Pradles. Actually, Ian told me how to say it. I think it's Johan.
Is it Johan? Yeah,
maybe
Johan.
Johan.
A guy that's full of potential, but right now, I love the physique so much. But right now, if you did want to say D tier, I'd kind of understand.
He did pretty well last year, but I mean, he wasn't beating the biggest names.
He's got the blueprint.
I mean, he looked. No. I've got to put him. I've got to put him in C, just because he did look quite impressive next to Andrew Jacked.
You got to put him above Nexzilla.
Yeah, I'll put him above Nexzilla.
Let's.
You know what? I don't think Nexzilla has the heart.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. From what Breon said on Cutlercast and stuff, it sounds like that dude just can't stop eating.
Let's talk about Sergey next, because I don't have any videos for him. Oh, Chow and Ian, if you guys are still in chat, what do you guys give him as a facial rating?
Jesus Christ, help you. Yo.
Oh, you know what? Todd is right. No, James is crazy. I should have put him so I can put him straight to the
Yeah, because he's a hater. Shout out to Dusty.
He didn't even cross my mind.
Dylan hates on James Hollingshead. Hates him.
I love him. He's such a good guy.
So do I.
This isn't a feel-good contest. If the physique isn't there, then the judges don't give brownie points for working hard. Or I guess sometimes they do, but at least shouldn't. If that was the case, then James Hollingshead would have won the Olympia at this point. True. One of the hardest workers, but unfortunately some of the most unfortunate genetics.
Not for some of the most unfortunate genetics. Obviously, he gained the muscle very well. I think he can get back to something quite good, and he's looking huge at the moment. I hope he gets back to that.
Yeah, he's so sassy, Dylan. So sassy.
I think he can do something really good. Text when his last good version was 2020. He was wearing a mask at his last best showing. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Shut up, man.
Is the dude with
those
the
masks in bodybuilding contests? I did not.
Those were so stupid. Those were so dumb.
Maybe want to.
Oh, hold on. Liberal Marcus had a little bit of a Freudian slip there. Liberal Marcus. He's like, wear them masks. Get your vax, he said.
Where's the dude in the comments who has the list? Where's he at? Is he still watching?
Oh no, that really got under your skin, didn't it?
Nothing gets under my skin because everything gets under my skin.
That little race joke got under your skin, Marcus. He's not race. Yeah, all Jews are racist. Actually, I hope you know that.
Oh, is he a Jew?
Yeah,
Sergey Danilov.
And I'm not saying this to be derogatory. I mean, I think a lot of people can learn from what they got going on, but like,
who's Jewish?
Sam Softouta. But like, it's a
video, by the way.
It's a religion of exclusivity. So anyway,
I don't think we should touch too much on it.
James beat Regan in 2020, by the way. Oh wow, damn. Hey, Ian Chow, can I get this guy's facial rating? I'm dying over here. Please, I'm gonna text him right now.
Dylan needs
video can't go on about later. Has Chow checked out?
Are they gonna place him in front of me? Are they gonna give him a par 5 or dumb shit y'all say?
Lee.
It's Downey. No.
Do you know I was actually watching a YouTuber the other night and his name is Downey Live?
What?
That's what he said.
Yo,
No.
I don't know. Can I show this?
Well, you go to Sam Morea's page and you'll show.
I'm not going to show any more than that. Unironically, I don't know if you guys think this is a surprising thing or not. I like Sergey's physique.
I'm not surprised one bit.
Really?
Not one bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh, no, you heard. Oh, he's 340 pounds now. There's movement.
It's a very impressive gym physique, man. In the gym, looks crazy.
I feel so old in the Discord. Y'all be saying some edgy shit. Marcus feels that way too, bro. You can't tell
Yeah,
me
I feel
that's
that way
He's
too.
not
a
even.
little
No. We're gonna get into a whole other topic with that. I think the people in the some of the people are little Debbie fucking downers, young-minded little bitches. To be real, at times. Nothing against them; they're cool peoples, but all that
you say
negativity-
one thing. You say one thing about black people, and you're Sam Soft Data, and you're getting fucked by Marcus, bro. But he'll
I'm
he'll
so
shit on
confused
everybody
at
in the
what you just said.
Discord.
He didn't say anything about black people. He said the Ian was the one about the smoke alarm bullshit.
That was funny, Ian.
Yeah, I haven't read
Anyway.
through. I haven't read through all the Discord, to be honest.
Anyway, unironically,
Nah, look at
I
here.
think this guy's gonna be good, and I think he is good. This is a solid bottom of B tier for me. 340 pounds shredded. Yeah, it's not pretty.
Can I
but
see the tier list again?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say
Ian, just give me this dude's
B.
facial rating, you stupid idiot. I texted
Yeah,
Charles. Anyway, does anyone
Joe
disagree with
left.
my? Yeah, he was arguing with his girlfriend or whatnot. Holy cortisol spike. I'm
Is
saying
he
bottom
really?
of B. Yeah, that's
And
what
he shared it
said.
with the Discord.
Bottom of B tier. Does anyone disagree? Bottom of B tier?
No.
Put him like right. Put him right here.
Oh.
Put him right here. Okay. Now we're getting into some heavy hitters.
I'd have him like. I'd have him lower.
Let's drop this kid off at the pool,
That's
bro.
your Jesus right there.
Let's talk about Brett Wilkin. If there was ever a D tier bodybuilder.
I'm saying C on Brett. I'd say bottom
someone
of the
in this
C
chat,
at the moment.
someone in this chat, and I won't disclose who
Oh.
it is. When I was talking to them about re-ranking the Olympia, and we were talking about the Olympia and all the people, all the physiques, someone said,
Mhm.
"Man, why does Brett Wilkin look? Why was he so small at the Olympia?" I'm not going to say who it was. It may be the person with the do-rag.
Wait, what? I never
Nothing.
said that shit.
Well, why would you say that, bro? You just
What were we
outed-
I wasn't listening to you. I wasn't listening
you
to you.
just
gotta say it
completely
again.
outed who said
Make-
that in chat.
Wait, what?
I'm so confused. What the fuck are you on about, Dylan?
Oh yeah. Oh, I seem to have touched the nerve. Touched the
Dylan just
nerve,
be
did
trying
I?
to play Geppetto because he's trying to be like his ancestors.
Yeah,
I
Brett.
gotta be
Brett
honest,
didn't.
that's
He
not a good
looked
physique.
smaller at the Olympia, right?
Watch
did.
him shake too. Watch him shake.
He was shaking a lot. I was actually happy that he was able to at least show up at this Olympia because I think that he does have a bright future. So I'm happy he got, was able to shake it off here, pun intended.
I always say this is the danger of hype. People, Nick Strength and Power back in the day said he was going to win that Arnold Classic, bro. But I mean, really, if you go back and look at it, like not a whole lot has changed. Like, yeah, he's obviously gotten bigger and developed his physique, but like it's still such a long ways.
This was
where
his
it
first
needs to
Olympia,
be.
though, wasn't it? It was his first Olympia.
Yeah.
Brett had one good showing versus Hunter. Yeah. And that was back in 2020 as well, or 2021.
I think he's had more than one good showing. He looked good when, like, him and Beirut were going head to head. Like that was, like,
and he got
that
fucking
was super close.
he got fucking stomped, bro.
Oh, I think he got stomped by a point. So I don't know if you call that stomped.
Yeah, I would.
But yeah, like, I think this physique, because he said he could have been at least 8 pounds bigger here. Like,
Oh, well, then
that's
why
when
not?
Listen, that's when Matt Jansen was depleting people when he agreed, like, coming in condition against Bruno Santos would be the easier way to win, ensuring you're super, super crisp. So I think this is a clean look. Like, I don't know. Do you think this is better than the Olympia?
I don't think this beats anybody. Yeah, it's better than the Olympia, but like, what does this do? What does this do? Like in bodybuilding?
Do you know who it is? It's like he reminds me a little bit in a weird way of like, do you remember Mark Dugdale?
Holy fucking tangent, bro.
He's got like a clean physique. He's a bit smaller, but he looks really fucking good and makes it to the Olympia, but maybe doesn't play super high.
I think it's
Because-
a situation to where the height does work against him in the sense of filling it out, and he doesn't have a height to where it's like a Quentin situation to where it's like even with that kind of height without the filled out physique, it still could look decent because you're towering over others, so you're gonna get that that.
He's
shape
not that
over.
tall. I thought so
On the
too.
Olympia? Is he not like? Is he like 5'11"?
I've got a photo next to him. I think he's like 5'10"ish.
Wait,
Hold
no,
on.
I remember a video of him and Martin. I think Martin's like what 5'7", right?
No, he's a bit
yeah.
taller than that.
No, I think he's
I've
like
got a
I
photo
think he
next to
says
Brett.
he's 5'8",
Bro.
and I think he was on like 5'7". And
How
so
is-
the other dude's like 5'9"?
Brett is
So,
the
yeah, he's not
shortest
that
person
tall.
here in this line.
He might
in this
be
column.
5'9".
Okay, maybe he's.
I think he
maybe
is
Stas is a little
5'9".
bit shorter.
I think Brett's 5'9".
Oh, sorry, I'm not
fine.
showing these pictures. My bad.
Yeah, I think
Look how small he looks here.
The Buzz, I think he was on like an inch or two taller than, like not like an inch and a half or two at
Yeah,
most
see,
taller
he's-
than Martin.
This is me
He's
next
shorter.
to Brett.
He is literally
So
shorter.
How tall are you, Xavier?
I'm 6 foot tall, so he's like
looks-
5'10" probably.
Yeah, he looks pretty decent actually.
well,
yeah.
you're frauding.
I am.
Yeah.
Am I behind him? Look at he was not on fuck all at that time, and he
Clean
looks,
ass fingernails.
he was big as shit. Hey, thanks.
Okay,
But yeah,
that's-
he was.
thanks for show and tell.
He's actually in person. Like I think Brett's one of those guys that's big as fuck and looks awesome off season, but when he diets down, he just seems to lose muscle. Like
Okay, I got some real evidence here. Brett
you couldn't
Wilkin
have
is
been any more dismissive, man.
Brett Wilkin is the smallest in this lineup besides Sasan, height wise.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, granted, he's next to what was there? Akeem, Regan, Nexzilla.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Just
Regan's like
a
6'1".
lot of tall
Nexilla's
people there.
tall. Urs is tall.
Why-
Sasan only got a short. Damn, Sasan don't even look short next. I thought Akeem had decent height, and then Sasan. How tall is Sasan?
so in the worst lineup in the show, Brett Wilkin is the smallest dude, and you guys want to rank him where?
I haven't said a ranking.
I
I,
said
was waiting for somebody
Bottom
else.
of C.
Unironically, I have to bottom of C only because these three here belong in D tier. Quentin at the very minimum.
I think that Quentin hasn't proved himself yet, to where I think at the very least. No, come on.
Jesus. Can't wait. You guys
Fucking
gonna go on a
order.
date? Okay, we got some big boys now. We got the prime time. Marcus, who do you want to start with? These are actually get this twerp out of here. What's he doing here?
Is that Vito?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, it's Vito.
That's that belief, man.
Kali
A lot of
Goldenkopf.
people had high praise about Vito going into this Olympia.
I think he's a bit overrated by the judges, actually.
I think he has a lot of attributes that can allow him to show out, but the midsection he needs to come in complete because he has a lot. I mean, X frame quads probably some of the best in the men's open right now, easily. I say easily, but they're up there.
All these things only apply to the front double and front lat spread.
Yeah, well, that's what we're looking at.
Side chest is thin. Side tricep is a pretty bad pose. Rear double is very thin. Rear lat spread's okay. The back is still thin, but it's at least wide. The abs and thighs, I don't like his abs anymore. I did at the Detroit Pro in 2024. And then the most muscular execution is dog shit.
Yeah, I
Best front
think I
double and
agree.
show.
He needs.
Best front double. I mean, look at that.
I don't think the angle's helping him at all here. By the way, I hate that this is the angle that Gilco gets. I wish he had a stand or something
Yeah.
where he could put his
Well,
camera.
it's better than that damn. What was that Arnold one where they had him all dark? He was all darked out. They had that, and they were showing.
I tell you what,
everywhere all of last year.
The Olympia footage this year is going to be better from your Orleans because it is like a flat surface. It's not like you're way below.
I
Like,
can't
I'm
wait
pretty
till it's
sure
even
they'll
more
have an
shit
area.
than before.
if they mess it up at the Orleans, I will be so upset. But I bet there's all the bullshit in the background. They did improve it this year, but still could be better.
Yep,
Anyway.
because they're literally incompetent and mentally retarded, and Dan Solomon can kiss my ass. So let's talk about Good Vito's flaws again. Side tricep. I think he's just so. And I said this back then. I think Leandro, if with better condition, was the right. Not that he deserved the win, but if Leandro did come in with better condition, he probably should have beat Vito at the Arnold Brazil last year. A more complete, more.
I think he'd have to be a lot more conditioned. I was watching that. Like Vito was more conditioned than him, and you could just Vito's structure, man.
Yeah, you were watching that with one hand down your pants, bro. You love this dude.
Yeah, a lot. I know the Muscle Maturity cast was very big on Vito, and I came across like a hater, honestly. And I came across as a hater.
Yo, what that beeping sound? Anyway,
motherfucking air fryer.
I think we just put Vito in B tier at the end of B tier and call it a day.
B?
Like right here. I think he's about as good as Urs. I think they kind of have similar weaknesses.
Yeah.
Similar strengths as well.
Would you put him in front of Jordan?
Yeah. I think they're both kind of overhyped.
Yeah.
I think all three of these dudes by the end of this year, depending on how they play their cards, could be A tier. I think they have the highest potential.
The opposite could happen as well. I will say that, especially for someone like Vito, he might drop significantly. I don't mean to sound like a fucking hater, but
if he doesn't do anything soon, people will start losing the rose tinted glasses. Now, finally, we can get to the big boys. Let's talk about who do you want to talk about, Marcus?
Let's go Brandon.
Let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. Okay.
Let's go Brandon. Hey man, you've been counting this motherfucker off for the whole year now, man. And he showed up.
I'm ready to give him his props.
Oh, don't say that, because I think you were the one little engine that could or couldn't that was keeping him alive. All that hate you were giving to him.
We got a little racist remark from Lee Priest. I know for a fact if Jack said that, you would be raging.
No, Jack didn't say shit that was racist, and that shit's funny because it's my air fryer, and I tried to hit the mute button in time, and it wouldn't. Cause I know you was gonna say something about that, but Jack got a lisp. He can't say nothing to me. He got that crazy, that weird lisp too.
Brandon, the only problem on him is I know at some point in the near future, the wheels will probably fall off unless he retires, like this year, next year, whatever. At some point, that's going to happen. And you do kind of have to take that into account. Like if I'm betting on this dude in the future,
we did that with Bonek. Yeah.
Right. There is that chance that one day it will all just kind of come apart. But, unironically, looking at the footage of him from the 2025 Olympia, it was probably one of his best packages ever.
Which is crazy to say.
And the Arnold Classic from this year certainly was. I mean, like, what he brings will never win like the big shows because the condition is not there, the legs aren't there. And in this era, there are shapely guys that they have to choose from, so there's just more to go around. This isn't 2019 anymore. But like he does the same thing and he does it well. So I think this is an A tier.
I put someone like him and Hunter. They're never. It's going to be very hard to see them fall out of that top 10 area throughout their career.
I think there's an argument to put Brandon above Hunter. I think Brandon is low key like up here in terms of like how good of a bodybuilder he is, like just able to show up and bring a decent. If he brings his average version, he's beating people for sure. Like a lot of people, like the majority of any lineup he steps in. That's not racist when it's true. We all have stereotypes for a reason. True. You're not going to get any pushback from me.
Yeah.
Marcus is as black as they come. You're muted, Xavier. You're muted?
Holy shit, I was talking a lot as well.
I was wondering why Xavier was being so stoic down there.
No, I was talking heaps about Brandon, and I'm like, no one's really giving me much back.
Like, your thing was frozen, I think, for a little bit in like this one face.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, like Brandon had an awesome year, and I'd move Tonio up a little bit as well, like in that line of A's. I think Tonio
Good idea.
deserves
I'll
to be
do
much
that.
further across.
I'll do.
Yeah, I'd move.
Does
move
like-
Hunter.
does
Do
like-
it. Do it.
Does like average
Antonio.
Hunter beat the? Yeah, I mean,
Antonio's only getting better. Hunter maybe, but oh no.
no. The problem
Oh.
with the problem with Hunter, the problem with Hunter is when he's off, he's really uncompetitive.
Mm. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I get
Didn't we just see that with Beirut though at the Olympia?
But Hunter is off way more than Beirut is.
Yeah, Beirut.
I would say Hunter's not off much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say Hunter recently, I'd say he's going to be pretty consistent. And like, I'm
Right,
pretty
he's getting a lot
confident-
better.
I do feel like we're moving the
Yeah.
goalposts with a lot of these, man.
Okay, let's move on to Martin. How about it? Do
He's
you
an
guys
easy
want?
A.
Do you guys
Top
know?
of the
Do you
A.
guys want my opinion now, or do you guys want to give your thoughts first?
What do you want to get your mouth ready or something? Like put some
Yeah, I do.
Some
Yeah, I
lip
do.
gloss.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Well, I think Martin, like you look at this physique, this is freaking awesome. This can potentially push for S tier. If Martin was super consistent, I'd consider S tier for Martin. But just because he has that little bit of inconsistency, like a little bit like show good, show bad sort of thing, just because of that, I'd say top of the A. But yeah, depends how many you want to put into S. Like how many are we looking at? Is that S tier?
My intention was literally one.
Okay.
For
my
S tier?
intention.
But
The
you
problem
guys
is there's so many guys at the top that are very close.
That's the thing, yeah, because I think that you should or could be able to put most of the top 5 into S tier. I mean, personally.
Okay, Marcus, where would you put Martin? Where you putting him?
On the current list, A tier. On the current list that we have. If we were doing how I would actually do it, he would be S tier with others. That's what I'm saying. I would actually there'd be more people in S tier.
You guys know I'm a big fan of Martin. With that said, I am disappointed 50% of the time he steps on a stage. The other time, I am floored, and in a good way.
Yeah.
With that being said, he is on the cusp of being A tier for me. I bet you guys did
He's
not
top of the
expect
A.
that.
No.
No.
You have
Look,
become a Martin hater. That
hey,
last
listen,
one,
crazy.
Samson.
turn your brain on. Okay. I flip a coin, and half the time he's losing to Bonac at the Pittsburgh Pro in most people's eyes. You know, people
But
were
Bonac's
arguing.
near the top of B.
That's you remember. Hey, you remember when I said I'd put him on the cusp of A and B until he gets more consistent?
So you put Keon ahead of Martin.
No,
That's all
you
I'm
guys
asking.
did that. You guys did that. I would put Keon lower.
I said
I
Keon
moved
B.
Keon up because you guys wanted to.
Well, that's because I do think there deserves to be more people in S tier. That's kind of my argument. Is that
When
there deserves to
we
be more
get
people in
around
S
to my one S tier, I'm gonna make an argument that I guess I could have included like an S plus tier, but regardless, I kind of get what you're saying, but I think you'll get what I'm saying. Like I said, Martin at the Pittsburgh Pro was so bad. A lot of people say, and Bonac's a great bodybuilder, but like that shouldn't be happening. You know, like Marcus, a lot of people are saying I could have had him flip with Bonac. He's so bad he loses to a guy that just decides to jump into the open as like a victory lap. You know, and here's the thing.
I'm gonna check my food.
Like when he shows up and he's like off, sweating profusely. The condition, it's watery. The fullness is not there. When he is off, you can tell big time. And the problem
And
is
he knows. I think the thing is he knows, and then he
does
steps
know.
more.
And okay, take the last 5 showings. What were they? Prague 25, the Olympia, Pittsburgh, the Olympia again, and then Prague.
No.
Prague in
Yeah, the Olympic. Yeah.
Prague was bad in 2024. Pittsburgh was bad. So you have 3 where he's pretty good. Yeah, that's a 60%. But like if he hits that 40%, it's like in terms of what kind of bodybuilder that is, that's low. That's like B tier. That's
I
just
think
what I'm
so
saying.
much of it comes down
I
to
mean,
nerves, and if he gets a bad call out, then he like slips, like his mind. You
And
can
it's
feel it
even
start
worse.
going.
Yeah. With that said, I'm going to kind of capitulate with you guys. I think in terms of a bodybuilder, he has to be top of A tier because those on versions are so good.
but then what about Curry?
That's kind of the thing.
I
Off
would put
Martin.
Curry in front. I would put he's past Olympia winner. He's only coming up in the world in a sense of what he's been looking like as of lately. To where you're I don't know. The list is weird because it's like, yo, for me, see Bumpy Martin, for God's sake.
Look, the great versions are great. Here's the conundrum. The great versions wipe the floor with Brandon Curry, but the bad versions get wiped by Brandon Curry.
Well, I think Brandon Curry deserves to be higher. That's
no, because like his like average still like isn't
Olympia winner. He just showed his ass off at this past Olympia.
His average isn't that like deadly though. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
So we got Tonio, and all shout out to this is one of my favorite bodybuilders of modern day with Tonio the physique, but we have him a spot behind Brandon Curry.
Yeah, I think they are close at their peaks. Well, no, at like their average.
Oh, you just said we're not supposed to do it off their fucking peaks.
I said that was a part. I said that at the very beginning. I said peak physique is part of it. But what I meant is
a small part. You said
what I meant is on average, what's the average physique that they're spitting out at random? For Martin, typically he's going to fall into that 60% is going to be really good. For Brandon, it's always going to be like a top 5 at the Arnold and at the Olympia, but I'm never going to say it's going to be first. For Martin, even though he has a huge drawback in that 40%, in that 60%, he can win the Olympia and the Arnold. He's a serious contender for both this year.
I'd say I agree with you, Dylan.
Thank you. I think I make a good
And I also can I share something?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me leak our DMs.
No, I'm sharing.
You have 5 seconds. You have 5 seconds.
Oh, it's gonna take a second to load.
Okay. Let's talk about. You want to talk about Nick or Andrew next?
Nick.
Okay. If this was 2023, and this was just after the Arnold, this would be an S tier. After that Arnold, though, ever since he set out the 2023 Olympia, he's been shaky at best. The Olympia was a train wreck. The New York Pro both times weren't that good, but the Pittsburgh Pro was outstanding. Still, like even his even his worst packages are like super shredded and super on. He's always going to be complete. Great bodybuilder, but there's a hard ceiling for him at preventing him to ever getting into S tier, I think.
Yeah, I mean he's right around where Martin is, but yeah, the consistency has sort of been similar to Martin, like of recent times. I mean, probably less, less than Martin. So yeah, I think you'd probably have to put him just below Martin. Maybe
they're interchangeable. Brandon? They're interchangeable.
You could argue the off Nick beat the a pretty on Martin at what was it, New York Pro
in 2024.
2024,
yeah, but now the times have changed and Martin has brought better versions, like a lot better. So I get what you're saying, but it's shifted a bit. I want to respond to this. Martin can win the Olympia currently? No way. You're right. I mean, like he would have to beat guys like Samson Dauda or guys like
that. And it wasn't a bad version of Samson either. So you get a Hardy that's slightly regressing. You get Derek not at his best, which we could see.
Andrew can show up off.
Andrew can show up off, and you just need Martin to be like his best. It'd have to be his best version. But what he brought to that last show that he did was fucking awesome. It was
what
a
he
great
brought
physique, and what he brought to
he-
the Olympia was great.
what he brought to the Olympia was better than what Derek brought to the Olympia, quite frankly. Like if
I think at finals, yes.
if we're at first, that's not even a question. At prejudging, I'd say so as well. But yeah, finals is out of the question. But the problem is, I don't think either of them should have won. It should have been you can go Hottie or Andrew, and I think that's a debate that really has no answer. But Nick was kind of simple. So anyway, let's go to Andrew then. Do I not have anything for Andrew? Imagine that little segregation going on here.
Go to his IG. He's been posting things.
No, he doesn't.
He's been posting some training footage. He's feeling himself.
Some tranny footage.
Some posing stuff.
Damn. I guess no, because I have to dig for it when I find it. Digging in him, bro.
Maybe go on Google and type in Andrew Jacked Gilco.
No, thanks. Where are you placing Andrew off the rip? Anyone? Speak up.
I'm S now. Like you said, you could debated him winning the Olympia last year, what he's looking like now. And his last show was really good too. Like he's
how many times has he been off?
Consistency now.
What are the chances that you put all of his recent versions in a jar, shake it up, pull one out. You might get a 2024 Texas Pro or a 2025 Olympia where he actually brought decent condition for once. Or you may get any of his other Olympia appearances, which were pretty bad.
I know what you're saying with that, but more recent history, he's getting more consistent. I think, well, in recent history, whatever, compared to shows 3-4 years ago. I think that, yeah, Andrew, like if you can make an argument for him winning the Olympia last year, and I think many people can. So had he been crowned Mr. Olympia, okay, I don't think you can put that dude in. So I just don't think you can put him in.
He finally gets okay. I think Nick with the Pittsburgh Pro version could have won the Olympia last year.
But we're talking about trajectory as well, and the way he's looking now.
No,
like I think people are underrating his current look because
I wouldn't be surprised if he completely regresses.
He's so much bigger in these updates, and Aceto's talked about it, and I just think that Andrew could be bringing some like crazy shit this year, and he's still got the potential because he was sort of, even though he's older, he was like late into the game, so I think he's got more time on his hands than some people might think, and the physique's still super clean too. As long as the legs come up a little, and it seems like they're addressing it with Kamal, and he's going to be with Kamal longer. I just think that he could wipe the Arnold, even with Hardy.
You guys, I like the Romania Pro version. I just can't find footage. If you want to, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know. Pull it out of my ass. Marcus, what do you think about this? I agree. If we were just doing peak version, Andrew is S tier. However, we are thinking of what their stock is as a bodybuilder, and Andrew has been off more than he has been on. He finally gets glute striations for once in his goddamn life, and Xavier loses his mind. I get it. That peak version is great, but like if you had to bet on him again, if you had to bet on him or Nick hitting their peak at this year's Arnold Classic, who are we betting on?
All right, so you're saying a lot of things, and you asked a question. Who am I going to bet on? Honestly, it's close between those two, and who I'm going to bet as far as hitting their peak, because at this point, trajectory-wise, Andrew's only getting better at it. To where Nick, we've seen it shaky. However, I think it still doesn't take away from anything that has to do with Nick and hitting his peak. There's only been a couple shows where he's been, quote, off.
Andrew Jack did the Romania Pro.
And one of those shows was the Olympia this year, to where the second night he came on. So pause. But to me, to put Andrew, like I said, I think Andrew is S tier personally. I think he's S tier. But to answer your question, I think that I would put my money on Nick showing up more, conditioned, more in shape, more all that. Doesn't mean he's going to place in front of Andrew, though. I will say that, especially with modern day judging and just everything. But I think Andrew is probably, has the highest chance of being the future. That's not just because he's a fucking black dude. It's simply because I say the same thing for Nick, but I wouldn't say that with, you know, total belief. Why? Because the judges aren't going to allow that to happen. Not the same thing about the judges. I'm just saying it's the criteria. They're going to favor they're going to favor Andrew's physique before they're going to favor Nick's. But to answer your fucking question, I think he's going to show up in better conditioning than, say, Andrew, because he has in the past.
Sasan Haradi almost beat Andrew, guys. I think his legs haven't gotten better, and since he's still super thin from the side, I think Andrew has already shown us his best physique. Bet on Andrew riding the momentum from the Olympia. Andrew is 65 years old. He's going to fade sooner than later.
That is something I fear for Andrew is, yeah, it might get to that time. Not to say he's fucking 40 for whatever age he said he was.
No, can you please bring it up?
You look like a lawyer.
No.
Like,
you know, if your
billboard.
If your take was better about Andrew Jacked, I would put it up again. But you're being.
Do you know why? Because you look like you're wearing a priest thing with the way your shirt's folded.
No, did you know that he's trying to be a priest? Did you know that,
Marcus? You're. What's?
Please bring it up.
Why would I be a priest?
Tell them. You already are a deacon, and you've already got your whatever to be the youth pastor. Yeah.
You mean a deacon?
A deacon. You like to, take deacon.
Okay.
And you're currently shadowing to be a youth pastor.
Look what I named the photo, Dylan. Actually, no. I want to change it again.
Why? I don't think it's appropriate that you say the N-word.
I didn't.
You want to pop it up on screen right now?
Pop it up on screen. Sure.
So Andrew's an S tier. So when he shows up, okay, if he shows up off to the Arnold Classic, is he still an S tier bodybuilder? Like I don't get it.
Yeah, maybe not. But I mean, you made the comparison with Nick.
What are the odds he shows? What are the odds he hits his peak as well as he did at the Olympia at the Arnold? So
right now, to me, Andrew is on does have a good chance to hit his peak because he's only been getting better, and we've seen more of Andrew in a peaked condition. Not saying he's beating out Nick as far as conditioning goes, but I do think that
you do realize
say against him is crazy.
You do realize Andrew Jacked had literally never brought glute striations until this year. You guys see one version and you automatically think
not
he's
one version.
Glute striations isn't the total measure.
Yeah, that's what you like, Dylan. But the whole point is,
honestly, outside of the glute striations, the Olympia wasn't even his best package. I think Romania was better. I think the 2024
was that the one that he did?
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
Which one did he do? The show he did in 2025 before the Olympia.
Texas,
the FIBO
or FIBO?
Was it FIBO? Okay, I thought that version of Andrew was a better version as well.
Damn.
Not better than say Olympia.
Version.
I'm saying in the sense of his trajectory, it's only gotten up. You're saying it's only been his last showing.
Yeah.
But to me, I think it's been 2 or 3 showings that we've seen in a row to where it's getting a little better each time. That's my point with Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on your little side of I do think that Nick is gonna come better. Like I think at Arnold, Nick will be in more condition. Personally,
if we're going off track record as well with Nick, though, like you take into account the shows he was either gonna do or that he showed up at, right? Because that Olympia that he pulled out of, the second one, that was just because he wasn't looking good enough or because he had fake gear or whatever. So that's like, if he went and did that Olympia, that would have been a bad version of Nick. So it's like, how many versions of Nick actually get on stage and nail it? You know what I mean? We had Pittsburgh and then New York the next week or 2 weeks later. He wasn't peaked 100%. So how many versions are actually of Nick nailing it nowadays? I mean, he's consistent with conditioning when he gets on stage. But...
You guys already outnumbered me. We'll go Andrew Jacked S tier, and then
Dylan, I got a question for you though, a real question. Who in your book would you have had winning the Olympia?
Hottie, Martin, Andrew, in that order, first, second, third.
See, you told me. Okay, you told me around that time that you feel better if Andrew was to win it around that time.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah, you did. You said it made sense as far as him placing third. You had him placing in front of Derek, and you thought him and Hottie could be interchangeable.
Only because the alternative is Derek. If I had my way, I'm choosing Hottie every single bit of the time. But if Derek is our alternative, I would literally choose finals Nick Walker over Derek. I think the sum of Nick's night 1 and 2 are better than the sum of Derek's night 1 and 2, to tell you the God's honest truth. I don't even know if Derek beat Samson, and that says something. I personally would always choose Hottie to be first, but if Derek is the alternative, Andrew, all 100%. I'm 100% okay with that.
Okay, maybe I was all right. I get what you're saying about it. Yeah,
realistically,
that,
realistically, I am okay with Brandon Curry beating 2025 Olympia Derek Lunsford.
I think it leaves. I think there was a lot of people who showed up at the Olympia, especially if we put in consideration night 2, aka Nick. I think me and you both would die on that mountain of Nick looked pretty incredible night 2. It's just the difference between night 1 and night 2 was, quite. It was a drastic change, but that doesn't take away anything we saw the year past with, was it Akeem, who had such a drastic difference in his placing.
What are you saying? I think they both got overlooked.
That's what I'm saying. I think Brandon got overlooked. I think that same thing with Nick.
I think Martin was actually the most overlooked.
Their night 2 showings.
Well, maybe
Martin as well. I guess
Martin
was overlooked at the Olympia before that. 2024.
The fact that he wasn't even added, Nick and him weren't even added to the top 4 at some point, like at finals or whatnot, is literally
we saw that.
insane.
Guess what we saw night 1 with Andrew?
Not even in the middle.
Not in the middle. Not one time. Not one time.
Yeah, I agree with you.
How are we doing a 3-man call out and this dude is not in the middle, not once? And what they do, they fixed it the next day.
Yeah, they're fixing it all right. Let's get into that. We're gonna leave Hottie for last. Let's talk about Derek Lunsford. Some of his parts, SUM, the sum of his what he's been able to bring. I gotta be honest, he's a guy that is off a lot. Yes, he has. I think, from my perspective, he has one win. And it's not the one I'm showing. He has one win that I think was totally justified, and even that was kind of close. The 2025 Arnold Classic. Other than that, he didn't deserve to win shit. This realistically is a B-tier bodybuilder, and it's propped up by the IFBB as God's gift to Earth.
I feel like when you all right, so you're saying B tier is crazy. You know that.
Why?
Because
no. Put his versions.
Remember, no. 2025 Arnold Classic, Derek Lunsford.
One version.
No, okay, it's for that year. It's in it. We're going to look.
I don't think you understand.
You could say the same thing about man. It was one showing that we're putting in the argument of being one of the best bodybuilders of our decade. That 2025 Arnold Classic showing, right? So to say B tier seems wild.
Dylan thought the abs and thighs between Andrew and Nick wasn't a full point win. Yeah, because it's not. I assume you mean 4-point win, which would be the largest margin. Would anyone here give Andrew the largest margin over Nick in the abs and thighs?
Are you talking about off your grading criteria, the whole 1, 2, 3, 4 shit?
Yeah, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
It's not a 4. You can argue 3. I think I
probably argue 3. Maybe that's what he meant. Maybe he didn't mean because maybe he didn't mean. Maybe you did. You give it a 2 by chance?
I most likely did. Yeah.
So maybe that's what he is referring to.
I think he probably means 4, but I mean, it's a lot closer to 2 than even 3. But I guess 3 would be fine, but never 4. Anyway, here's the thing. How good of a bodybuilder is Derek Lunsford? And I think the best way to summarize that, this is what I've been thinking about all list. If we took the recent versions of the past few years, because this is a current list of the past few years, and put them in a jar, and you get to pick one out randomly and compare them against their peers. How does it takes into account peak version? The peak version gets thrown in there. the consistency. If you have more consistency and you have better versions, chances are the version I pull out is going to be better and more formidable. In Derek's case, I'm probably going to pull out a fucking shitter tier physique from the Pittsburgh Pro or the Olympia. And the problem is, even his weakest physiques, I'll give him credit for his on-peak physique. It was terrific. But even then, he didn't win perfect scores against Samson at the 2025 Arnold. Didn't deserve to win Pittsburgh. Definitely didn't deserve to win the 2025 Mr. Olympia. I don't think he deserved to win the 2023 Mr. Olympia. So at that point, yeah, I do think he's a B-tier bodybuilder, completely propped up by whatever the hell's going on.
Do you know what sort of makes me think a little bit? Like, I sort of went away from prejudging at last year's Olympia after watching the video. And whether it's just the video and you sort of can't see those close-up fine details of the biceps and stuff until you see the Gilco stuff. But most people, I'd say half or more people said Derek was winning. The betting odds reflected like Derek was like a 60-something% chance to win after prejudging. And he came back much worse and still didn't lose. So I don't agree with where he placed
explain
the
that.
finals. I was going...
Explain that to me.
I am explaining it to you, am I not?
How does that happen? How does that happen that he shows up absolutely dog shit?
I agree. At finals, I agree with you. I agree. Derek, like I was like saying, Andrew, I think Andrew was better at finals. And I was like,
Andrew and Hadi were both
looks like
way
Andrew
better at finals, yes.
Yeah. And I was thinking Andrew might win this. He looks better than Derek, 100%. So I think that, yeah, maybe Derek shouldn't have won the Olympia. Maybe it should have been, in my opinion, Andrew. Could give it to Hadi.
I think Hadi's the rightful. Yeah. Personally, I think Hadi. I get why you're saying Andrew, because I'm not to say it's a bias. I'll say my bias. I really think that we would want to do what the judges. I think the judges do, which is grade them a little bit on their last showing and what they've brought up. And I think Andrew's winning in that department. I do think that if you take night 1 and night 2 in consideration, both nights equally judged as it is, Hadi's the rightful winner, or should be. But I know that even night 1, I know Dylan, me and you were both watching it. We left thinking, to go along with the whole 60% of people had him winning or whatever that vote was.
I knew he would win. I didn't think he deserved it.
Yeah, it didn't help that they didn't put it, to bring it up again, to beat a dead horse. They didn't put Andrew in the middle, which I
knew how that would go because I called it beforehand. You know who got their Olympia prediction winner right?
Oh, congratulations, Dylan.
Yeah, because I'm not an idiot. I saw the writing on the wall. Triple crown.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
The universe,
That's so stupid. Okay, take a look at this. Get a load of this. Derek wins prejudging with 6 points. Hadi 9. Lowest score wins. So Derek is ahead. That's not a perfect score. Perfect score would be 5. So the judges have it close. And weirdly enough, just food for thought, they have Andrew closer to Samson in almost a dead heat. They have Andrew closer to Samson than they do Derek. Baffling and utterly trash, honestly. But then you go to finals. Derek loses. It's now 7-8, but Hadi is leading by 1 point. But here's the funny thing. Derek won prejudging by more than Hadi won finals. If you saw that, Hadi was consistent both nights, probably slightly better at finals. The problem is Derek fell off a fucking cliff at finals and should have been down damn near 6th. Honestly, like I said, he probably could have gotten beat by Brandon Curry at finals. But they shimmy the call outs around how they need to, never put Andrew in the middle, and they never get Martin or finals Nick a comparison. And then all of a sudden, well, you mean to tell me that finals Derek did a better job than prejudging Hadi? If you believe that or peddle that bullshit, you're a fucking liar or an idiot.
Yeah, I think that not trying to throw any stones. But yeah, the margin of win for between night 1 and night 2, Hadi had a much wider margin. It's not debatable, but I mean, we're not able to change anything with that. However, I will say I still think that putting Derek in B tier is crazy. personally. I think that's crazy.
I'm doing that.
I get why you're doing it. You're getting your little V for Vendetta on. You're trying to get the people back for the judging.
No, you think it's emotional. Because his weakest physiques are that bad. Look who we have up here currently. Martin, Nick, Brandon. Okay, let's stop Antonio. If I were to put him into A tier, it would be somewhere around here. Because the worst physiques of Derek's do not beat these guys. And the best versions of Derek are hard-pressed to beat even the best versions of Nick or Martin. So yeah,
what I want to know is why did so many people that were at the Olympia after prejudging have Derek winning? It's just that's the thing. I can't believe that so many people are wrong. You know, well, I just can't believe like Ian Valier, like he's not an Ian fan, and he said he's like, yeah, like seeing it in person, like you can see like, you know, Derek was super full and he looked a lot bigger, a lot more muscular in person.
No, I don't.
He seemed to be considerably better than Pittsburgh.
Quite frankly, I don't believe them because I don't believe a world where Andrew Jacked is less impressive than Derek in person. Does that even sound right to anyone?
Yeah, but there's a reason why you can push Andrew Jacked.
Samson Dauda at this Olympia would be more impressive than Derek.
I think there's no comparison as far as if you're sitting next to those guys. Yeah, I mean not Martin, fucking Samson and Andrew are gonna look way more impressive. Seeing them in person, they look way more impressive. The big M bomb. Legit thought Tonio at finals would have beaten Derek. I mean, yeah, Tonio ain't gonna miss at this point. I'm hopefully, but this is the thing. And talking to
what are you talking about? You're comparing the worst for. It's a fucking IQ test at this point.
This is the thing. I think that
I gotta agree with him.
Yeah, because you never understood the criteria from the beginning.
Remember, Dylan, you can't go off of emotion, buddy. You're not doing emotion.
Look.
You sounded emotional, Dylan. I thought that
people
bite
at the
started to
Olympia
fucking, started to get a little whatever tight there.
No, it's
You
how
look like
good
you
of a
just had a little
bodybuilder
scuff on your neck.
how good of a bodybuilder is this person? Yes, he has one peak version. A lot of these other guys have peak versions too. But you also got to compare the worst to worst, and the worst to the average, and the worst to the best. That's why I'm comparing worst and best in this.
See, to me, it's just
the
crazy
sum of the parts.
Dylan, I'm with all your shenanigans. I really am. I'm with you on most of what you say for the most part. Half of it, not the crazy shit. But we just did 5 different fucking comparisons of Derek purposely against this person, that person, using the Arnold Classic showing.
Correct.
Of Derek.
And he won most of them, correct?
And he sadly beat the fuck out of everybody.
Okay.
So for me to hear you say he's gonna be put in a B tier when we just had fucking 5 hours of footage where we're putting him above all these people, and I understand it's the vacuum of just that one showing.
Right.
But that
so
one
what are you
showing we are putting in the upper echelon of like bodybuilding. Correct?
Okay.
I mean, we put that shit.
Well, in terms of peak physique, if we were to just judge everyone on their single one peak physique, William Bonac automatically goes up to S tier. Because it's not about that.
With Derek as well, like Dylan, you argued that the Derek in 2024 at Mr. Olympia was actually super underrated because he's bigger and I'd say it is somewhat underrated too.
Who? But which one? I'm sorry. Pardon me. Which one?
2024
Derek
Olympia.
2024, where Derek placed. What was it? Third? Was it
third?
Yeah. So he placed third there. So that wasn't a peaked Derek. I don't think. I think his legs were a little downsized. It wasn't perfect. It was still good enough for third at Olympia, And also, then you look after that, and then the next 3 showings, he won all 3. Like regardless of if you think he was, should have lost Pittsburgh. I agree, he should have lost Pittsburgh.
What do you mean, regardless? That's
Arnold.
My entire point is predicated on that. Yeah, he shouldn't have won those. Guys at a guy at Pittsburgh was better. Guys at the Olympia were better.
His Pittsburgh showing was his worst, right, of the year.
No,
So
the Olympia was far worse. It was bigger. It was bigger, but the quality was off.
I wasn't impressed with. I just think
I think
the argument is putting him in B is crazy to me. That's my only argument. I get everything else.
What about where I have him right now?
Yeah, I'm okay with that for this whatever. I'm cool. Nothing below A to me though, personally. Like you can't put him below A when he has. Put it like this, man. So I'm just stuck on it. I know, and I'm beating a dead horse, man. But yo, we have his 2025 showing, which is one away from his most recent showing. I know. But guess what? 2024, you just said he was mad underrated. Right?
That version is not as good as the Arnold version.
And then the year prior,
no, 100%.
That version sucked ass. That version was awful.
It did not suck ass. No.
He didn't deserve to win the 2023 Olympia.
I thought it was super close. Could have gone either way, but
yeah, of course you did. Of course
I think Hottie. Yeah. Well, that's my air fryer again. Smoke alarms don't sound like that. Come on. I got top level smoke alarms. I'll be right back, Pastor Dylan. Hold on.
Okay.
Is that good? Xavier, what do you think about where I have Derek right now?
I would have him higher personally because I don't think he's had versions that have been.
Do not say S tier, and I'm okay with it.
I would have bottom of S. I don't think you can have those guys up there when he cleaned up every show last year, regardless of whether you think he should have. I still think he would, based on the prejudging last year's Olympia, plus finals, I would have him maybe down in third. You know what I mean? Third, fourth, or whatever. I did my re-ranking, so it's like, okay, well, he shouldn't have been that high, but I would have 4 guys in S. So, yeah, I'd have him in the bottom of the S. Below Samson and below Andrew. Which I think some people would still think is controversial. Because he's beat all their asses last year.
You think Derek is a better bodybuilder than Martin, Nick, and Brandon most of the time?
Well, like you said, I think he's technically more consistent than Martin and Nick in terms of if they show up and when they show up.
Okay. Let me try one more time. Get a notebook, get a pen. Let me try one more time. If I took the best versions of Nick, Martin, and Derek, threw them all into their own respective hats, and pulled out the average version, just pulled out a random version, who's going to be the best bodybuilder?
Are we talking about the last 3 years? Because we have to put more emphasis on recent showings.
Okay,
last 3 years. What has Nick done? Whatever. Last 2. Nick's done what, 1 good peak? Pittsburgh out of 4.
Last 2 years. I mean, I guess you'd have to include. Are we including 2023 because nothing has happened in 2026 yet?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, 23.
Okay, the Arnold Classic from that year.
The Arnold Classic, which package? 23.
Mm-hmm. The one where he deserved to win.
That's 22, wasn't it?
No. He did the Arnold in 2021 where he won, and the Arnold in 2023.
Oh, 23. No, sorry. I was thinking 24 and 25. You meant. No, 24, 25. That's the last 2 years. But yeah, if we're talking the last 2 years, he's hit it 1 out of 4 times, I'd say.
Same with Derek.
He missed the Olympia, but he was not going to look as good at.
Same with Derek.
I wouldn't say he's just hit it. Well, you said the Olympia out of the last 4 times.
It's underrated. That doesn't mean it's as good as the Arnold version. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but I think that's probably better peaked than Nick's second best peaked version. You know what I'm saying? So I think more often, if you just pick those 2 out of a hat out of the last 4 showings, I think Derek would win.
Okay, at least you're following. At least you're following the logic. Let me ask: best to best, recent best, who wins? So I have a 3-prong question here. So you answered part 1.
Derek and Nick.
Yeah, they're best. They're recent best.
Well, I'd say Derek would win based on the Arnold.
And then who wins at their worst?
What was Derek's worst? Pittsburgh.
I would say the Olympia.
I'd say Pittsburgh, but yeah, it's tough because you combine the project. The Olympia or the what's the name and what was Nick's worst, where he didn't show up, where he's looking too bad. So
what? No, that's for the same reason we don't compare gym picks. We compare what happened on a real stage.
I know, but what I'm saying is if Nick fulfilled the commitment, he wouldn't have looked. That would have been a bad version, probably his worst.
Right, and Derek without politics would be fucking awful.
What I'm saying is like Derek could have pulled out of Pittsburgh, for example, and then we'd be looking at him in a slightly different light.
But then he wouldn't get that sweet man.
Okay, what was Nick's worst version? That was when he did, was it New York Pro against Martin and he got the win?
Sure, I guess.
I think Derek's worst version beats that.
Okay, well at least your logic is consistent, but in no way, shape, or form. This is where I think we're just always going to differ, because I'm not afraid to step on toes. That's not an insult, but
that does sound like an insult.
But Derek's worst at the Olympia level should not be protected at all, and that's exactly what's happening. I think Nick at that 2024 New York Pro
don't chat about it. Here, I got a question from the chat. Don't chat about it. He said prejudging Nick is worse than finals Derek. Would you agree or would you disagree? Come on, man. It's a good question.
It is a good question.
Actually,
did you ask that, or did someone
in chat about it? So shout out.
I like the sum of Nick's parts at the prejudging. Even though like that front double was really fucking whack, I still think his condition was spot on. It's going to beat Derek at finals for sure, and then he's going to have a crazy side chest, crazy back pose, and I think Derek's back is too soft for him to win against that particular version of Nick. So that's 3 shots, right? I think Nick wins the most muscular, so there's already 4. 2 back shots, pause, side chest, and then the most muscular. And that's at minimum, we're already at a tie that favors Nick, because I'd also give him the side tricep, because Derek's midsection was too soggy and the side leg wasn't as crisp as it usually is. And I think Nick with his mass and condition would win both side poses, both back poses. The abs and thighs, simply because Derek is literally, he doesn't bring anything. He doesn't bring anything at all that doesn't look like a train wreck, and then he wins the most muscular. Yes, he does have some bad shots, the front double and front lat. But even then, like, Derek's arms look like roadkill. They look like a bloated cat that it's on the side of the road. And then the front lat spread is a soggy, sorry mess. I think Nick has a lot more as an overall physique. Maybe you can say Derek has the better shape, better flow, and all that. Fine with me. I don't care. That's just true. But prejudging Nick has a lot more pluses. He may even have the stronger cons, but I still think his pluses are going to outweigh whatever the hell Derek was bringing at finals.
I'm trying to think back to it whenever, obviously it's footage, we're getting, camera footage from the crowd kind of thing with the pay-per-view. And I remember whenever Nick first walked out, and do you remember your first like inclination of how you felt? Was it, because I was impressed standing alone, but then I was like, I don't know.
I think it was probably my thoughts as well.
I remember feeling like, I really want to see how he's gonna look, standing next to the others. I have to.
I wasn't super impressed, man. Like, when he first came out, I was like, there's something off. Like prejudging, I was like,
Yeah, I mean, it's not what he was asking, but.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what he was talking about when he first came out. Do you mean
no? What I was showing on the screen wasn't exactly what the guy was asking.
Yeah, that was pretty much that. Yeah, it's a good question. I think Dylan fucking tried to wiggle his way out of it, and he did. But I do think that, I just still think it's too harsh to put him in B. Sorry, but
okay. Well, mid of A.
I'll go whatever. You just exhausted me.
Nick has the most complete physique out of every competitor competing today, factoring in every aspect of bodybuilding. There's no one even close to Nick. If his midsection was 10% better, he's Mr. Olympia.
Samson,
1,000%.
You can argue Samson is up there with the completeness.
Yeah, I was going to say Samson.
That's the only other one who's. I get what Dusty's saying. I get it. Because Nick is a very complete.
Let me go to bat. Samson is complete. But okay, so they're equal number of they've got all their boxes ticked. Nick starts ticking extra credit though in things like the rear double because it's one of the best of all time, the rear lat spread. Samson's abs and thighs is not as good as Nick's, especially if we're talking if he had a 10% better midsection. I don't think, I know Samson is great, but I think Nick with a 10% better midsection is unironically, it would be insane. Not Ronnie Coleman level, but it would be like a Phil Heath.
I'm gonna start. I want to move the goalpost a little bit as well, and I do think that if you take it away from just the mandatory poses, right? So you see them, they walk on stage, just everything. So let's go back. Let's go to your second round, right? When it comes to flaws,
overall physique,
like
okay,
overall physique. I do think that standing there on that stage, the best versions of them, or however we're gonna put it, I think that it's going to be very hard to beat. I think you could put, and I'm a big fan of Nick, man, but I think that you put the any version of Nick up against that 2024 Olympia, aka the best version that we've seen of
What
them.
if you give it 10% better waist, smaller waist?
Say it again.
Like Todd said, give it a 10% smaller waist.
I mean, well, yeah, but then I think he's still up there with. I'm still going to put him up there with Samson. Could he beat Samson then? Of course, we're fucking talking like a science experiment.
It's a hypothetical, but I think the small waist Nick would be insane. I think it would be like the second coming of Phil Heath. It would be one of the best bodybuilders of all time.
It'd be awesome, yeah. And I think the waist being wider really affects the way his legs look too. I think his legs will look much more tapered and much more sweepy if his waist is smaller. So I think the Pittsburgh waist was 10% smaller than the Olympia. The Olympia just seemed like whether his obliques were a bit bigger or something, it just seemed like it all just poked out a bit more. Like the structure of the waist was wider. Not
all right,
back double, but from the front.
Let's end this. I can tell you right now. Initially, I only had one S tier. And now that you guys want to put guys in S tier, that's fine with me. But Hadi, I should have created an S plus tier. Hadi Chupin is, without a doubt, the best bodybuilder. Again, peak physique aside. I know that's a part of it. Him and Samson are going to be super close. Samson, I'll even say it here. I'm changing my opinion officially. I think Samson is a little bit better than 2024 Arnold Classic Hadi. But in terms of who's able to show up, competition in, competition out, and never be off, Hadi Chupin will go down in history as one of the most consistent Mr. Olympias of all time. Consistent bodybuilders of all time. I had an interesting stat for you. I forget how it went. Hadi has never been outside of the top 4 at the Mr. Olympia. And a lot of those times he should have been first. There are only 7 other people in history that have done that. And they're guys like Ronnie, Jay Cutler, Kevin Levrone, because he plays second so many times. Guys, that like people think, guys that you would think people would think of, Dorian, Ronnie. Yeah. You don't get guys like Samson and Derek. Now, in their futures are not yet written, so we don't know. Yeah. But I don't think Hadi. I think Hadi is underrated, if anything, in terms of pure historical stats. Hadi literally has some of the best stats has the best stats in the league right now.
When you're comparing it to history and what's happened in the past, the issue is today we are dealing with a much more loaded lineup. There's more players here that are going to be able to be in that top call out, that first call out, that top 6, top 3s. That's why we're, and I think when we look back in the 90s, there was only 2 or 3 guys we can call out that were like, okay, those are the GOATs of that time. Same thing with the early 2000s. So I do think that's kind of the difference right there as to why maybe Hadi isn't, viewed in that same light as like a JR, because he's fucking Mr. Consistency at this point.
I'm going. You guys mind if I read a little portion of I have the script of when I wrote this little fact here.
Your love letter to Hadi, yeah.
I got to head out, man. I got to go.
Okay, no, it's fine. I know you got things to do.
I'm just going to set up.
Oh, I know. Have fun sucking them off.
See you, Marcus.
Tell me you appreciate him tuning in and appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Xavier, even though your takes are awful as always.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll listen to you guys while I get some food.
Alrighty. Okay, Marcus, I'm going to read this. I'm just going to read it as the script said. I dug up an interesting stat that proves my point. I think the point being that Hadi was underrated. The fact is, being a top 4 Olympia a top 4 Olympian for 7 years in a row is insane. If I made a hypothetical tier list of the most top 4 finishes, it would look like this: Dexter, an S+ tier. He deserves his own tier. Really, it's Dexter. Enough said. Top 4 13 times. No one will ever beat that. No one. Not even Ronnie or Phil racked up 13 top 4s, but they did each rack up 10. So along with Kevin Levrone and Jay, so that would be your regular S tier. But then Hadi is going right at the top of A tier. Again, he's been top 4 7 times. That's Dorian Yates' record as well. And that 7 times beats many of the greats like Flex Wheeler, Kai Green, Sean Roden, who all five have top 4 finishes. Have 5 top 4 finishes. So again, and this kind of is like a pure stats thing. This discussion leans more towards stats. And then you do have like a stellar peak version. Like his peak version is a top 10 of all time. Yeah, maybe Samson's is a little better. I think we can have that debate.
Arnold, yeah.
Really, would you agree he deserves his own tier?
With our current grading scale, with everything, all the points that you've made that have been made, I get why you're saying that. I get it, because he is Mr. Consistency. If we had to bet on anybody, like I said, if I'm betting for who's going to show up and win these shows, my safest bet will be Hadi. Without a doubt, it will be Hadi.
A random ass like we were talking about, picking versions out of the bag. Yeah. If I pick a random version of Hadi, bro, even if it's like one of his weaker ones, like the 2020 Olympia, that's still going to beat a regular version of Derek just because off of completeness and conditioning.
You'd be a fool to not put Hadi in your current top 3 as far as if we're making, guesses for who's, our top 10s and all that.
I don't know where Ash is.
The 2024 Arnold Classic is Hadi's best. That's hard to be. Yeah, facts.
Even that alone secures him an S play spot. But I think the stats I brought up:
2024 Olympia, Derek's Arnold Classic 25, and Hadi's 2024 Arnold Classic beats most of your favorite bodybuilders from the past. I'm being real. Like
besides
those 3 physiques. That's your Akeem.
But like I said, what's Hadi's? Okay, think of Hadi's worst version. You know the meme where they do the happiest day in Birmingham, the UK, where that guy that does the British, he's British, he does the skits, and he's always like crying and like screaming. The joke is, it's the happiest day in Birmingham, and it's fucking awful because you're British. You can kind of use that same joke with Hadi. Though it's comical that the worst version of Hadi is still so good that it can beat the average version of everyone on this tier list.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what's a standard version of Hadi? 2021 Olympia?
Yeah, which, I mean, there's a lot of those showings of Rami. I mean, people, you could still have him placing.
Well, Rami, if he was still active, he would also be an S tier bodybuilder. He would go into my S+ as well.
Well, that's also because of the showings too. Yeah, we're talking the peak of that individual. Rami has one of the nastiest peaks of all time, personally.
That's kind of hot. But
crazy. Pause, but
I got to get you to agree on my S+ tier, Marcus. Please, it's been my life's work.
S+ for Hadi. So you're just solely speaking on the same way you said about like the Dexter situation.
Yeah. In terms of, it is kind of like a Dexter situation where, maybe their peak versions like aren't the best. Still very formidable. But then you line up like, oh, these guys are never off. Their worst versions still beat everyone else's average version.
They cross every T and dot every I.
Hey, Todd, it's a current bodybuilders tier list. These guys are active. These guys, Big Rami hasn't done anything. If he did a show tomorrow, he would be in my S+ tier. You got Akeem, but no Big Rami. Akeem competed last year.
Up every year.
Yeah, what the
He's been
there. Well, Marcus, so you would agree with my S+ tier?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Hadi, you can't deny Hadi, man.
When I found when I did the math on that little stat, and I did like, oh, it's top 4 finishes, and you think a lot of people are going to argue that he should be a 3 or 4 time Mr. Olympia at this point. I think that speaks to how good he is. And the guys, "Oh, what about Sean Roden? What about Kai Green? What about this and that?" No. And I get it. It's not all about longevity. Peak physique, you got it. Consistency, you got it.
Well, you
Enough
forgot to mention
glazing.
your first part of your note that you wrote.
I love Hottie.
The first, I know before that, the Darla, you little outfit. It's like your little love letter.
Well, Marcus,
Darla.
what do you think of the tier list?
I think that it has a splash of you in it, pause, a little bit of me in it, a lot of me in it. Some Xavier thrown in there.
Always giving into the black woman.
Yeah. I like it. I think
it's okay.
I think it's good. Like I said, I understand.
A lot of bickering, but it comes out clean.
It is. I don't know. Me personally, I'd have that S tier a little bit more loaded because for what we're talking about, current bodybuilders, I'd have it more loaded.
But then I would have to do an S+ tier and put Hottie in it because
agreed. That's the safe haven right there. That's the way to do it for someone like me, especially. You do the S tier so we can put the Hottie and then the S tier. This bullshit. I hate this S tier shit, man.
No. Look. I do think there is a stark divide. Like I think it is kind of Hottie and then everybody else. Again, maybe Derek and Samson by the end of their careers are doing something crazy like he does with the stats.
Because I think that
let me put it like this as well. I want to add a little fun fact. Nick, 2023, before his like he skips the Olympia in 2023, would also be an S+ tier. But now that we factor it in these bad versions and these slips, now I just can't do it. And now he has. I don't even. Maybe you'd put him in S tier if we did it, with an S+ tier as well.
I would have put him in S tier. I believe I would have put him in S tier.
If we do it that way,
in front of him for the S tier, 1000%. I mean, Samson and Andrew, they're both they're going to place in front of him at this current state. Martin will be. That's the rivalry I like right there, Paul. Martin and Nick. I think they're kind of.
I love seeing some white on white.
Me too. White on white crime is the best, man. But. I still think we're sleeping on Brandon, man. Brandon has a lot. If we're talking about and I know it's not that case. I'm hating Hottie is the current best, but I'm Andrew Jack fan. Andrew just needs more time. He started by.
Oh, we know. I do worry for Andrew. I think his time is limited, and I know it doesn't maybe look like it right now, but I think one day it'll kind of snap back on him. Honestly, that's what I think.
I think being a fan of Andrew, we're in a good spot. Put it that way. So was it Jack or Jake?
Bro, he's touching your guys' G spots, bro. You guys are fucking creaming. Oh
no, man, come on,
Hottie S tier.
Hottie.
I mean, Andrew.
You can't get his dick out your mouth. Look at Hottie, Darla, crazy. Andrew deserves it, man, because I do think that yes, he is more limited than say the next person, but damn if he's not already there knocking on that door. He's knocking on that door, man. He just needs to show up. He needs to continue to show up.
He's knocking on your door.
Hottie's not. Clearly, Hottie is knocking on your fucking medulla oblongata or something. He's stuck in your brain.
I don't know what any of those ebonics means, but I'm down for it.
Gracious.
Anyway, I think we're going to end it there. Great live stream. Before anybody goes, we're going to be Marcus. No, Xavier. Xavier. Can you hear me? Nod if you can hear me. Nod if you can hear me. Can you do Tuesday next time? Tuesday next week, same time.
Well, you can see Xavier.
Okay, we will be back Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Marcus and I might do something live as well this weekend.
I mean, if I'm free, I'm free.
What we talked about. That one is not set in stone. I'm making Xavier set his in stone. We will be live next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll probably be live Saturday or Sunday this weekend. I plan on going live a lot more. And like I said, I got to beat Xavier in terms of percentage of views and subscribers. So make sure you subscribe as well. But yeah, lots of good things coming, me included. We're going to roll out. We're going to finish. We're about done with the. We're about done, thank God, with the best bodybuilders of the 2020 series. We're going to end that this week, maybe, depending on how I upload it. And then we're going to get into the Road to the Arnold Classic series, Marcus.
I'm excited, man. We got a lot going on, man. It's too much, honestly. It's too much, but that's a
Hey,
good thing.
pressure is a privilege.
Hey, yeah, there we go.
That's the
C-bomb
truth.
or some shit like that.
I think that is a good quote. I feel like it is
Yeah.
corny that he took it. Now everyone's gonna say, "Oh, C-bomb." No, I think that's a good quote.
No,
matter
yeah,
who's saying it.
it is.
If you
But
can
we
handle
do-
the
we got a
pressure, it's
lot.
absolutely a privilege.
We got a lot going on. Yeah, every day it makes us stronger. That's why I truly think those battles that the higher power gives us, it makes us stronger. I think that anything, Dylan, go fucking suck a dick, dude. Go suck a dick. With your face.
Okay, everybody. Well, he even eats with his hands. He eats with his hands like he's in Africa. Well, let me get some of that foo-foo.
Now, you got some foo-foo on the top of your head, by the way.
Let me get some of that foo-foo. Marcus, you're wearing a fucking African garb, bro. Anyway, that's enough.
No. Dylan, take off your little fake background, your little business.
We're gonna end it there. Make sure you guys
don't mute
me.
Yo,
make sure you guys hit the like
showing
button.
your fucking white side right now.
Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next video.
Follow me at Mr. No Olympia.
Do
Muscle
that too.
Immaturity Show. Yeah, give me my just do. Yeah. Follow me at Mr. No Olympia with a 0, because that's what we are in this motherfucker. We're zeros. We ain't nobody.
Thanks everybody for showing up. I appreciate it.
And the Muscle Immaturity Show is coming soon, bitch.
We got some. Yeah, I don't want to speak too much about that, just in case something goes awry. But
now you can do your little gas sign off.
Yeah, we have a lot of things coming up. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you all in the next video.